Oh shit! Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. Man, Terry, it's been a minute.
It has, man. You had me checking my mic. Let me make sure. Let me
Let me
make
just
sure this
let
thing
me
is
just double check, right?
on.
Falcon fans, you already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan, episode 233. We continue to keep moving, Terry, in the right direction. Big shout out to all the Falcon fans in the chat. Hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button. Tag your Falcons friends, tell your Falcons family. One time for the fan is live, man. We are less 36, 37 subscribers away from a thou wow. So it's
Now,
definitely going down in a major way. A lot of people do love one time for the fan. We want to say thank you all for being a part of the chat. You guys really keep the show going. You know what I'm saying? One time for the fan. It's from the fan. It's for the fan. We're Falcon fans. We're diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. It's like season ticket holder, PSL holder here. Rise Up Tour fan club too as well. So big shout out to everybody who can make it out tonight and talk some Falcons football with us. Yes, it has been about a week or so since you last talked to us here at One Time for the Fan. It's been super busy, but a lot of y'all caught up with us at the practice in Gwinnett County. A lot of y'all caught up with us at the practice at the Benz. So big shout out to everybody who was at the stadium for that. But T Will
what's
is here
up?
one time for the fan. Big shout out to Kerry. Big shout out to Bodie 3000. You know, my boy Bodie 3000 was with us the other day at the Benz 2 as well, watching some Atlanta Falcons training camp. So that was good to see Bodie. You know, he's been super busy this offseason with work and a lot of things he got going on personally. So it was great to have Bodie out there. But T Will is here to talk some Falcons football with us. T Will, I've been busy dealing with work and some other things too as well. That's why the One Time for the Fan podcast wasn't able to put up a show in the past couple of days. But you yourself was also busy too as well. You got a show you did earlier today with A1, Smitty, and what's his name?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Jordan. New whiz kid. Actually not a new whiz kid. So he's from Altegacy. I
Mhm.
think they have like 90,000 subs. So he was new to me, but apparently not new to the game. But phenomenally smart gentleman. It's put together. Well, I don't want to put his business out there, but very smart, very astute gentleman when it comes to football. We're discussing the greatest of all times, and this dude is going back to the 50s, and he's like a little bit older than my son. So I gotta say, I'm feeling some kind of way about that because I feel like, wait a minute, youngster, I got this knowledge, but I mean, this dude is something, man, something special. So yeah, we did a show. It was basically top 10 players of all time that could play in any era. I'm sorry, not error, era. And it was a pretty good show, man. So yeah, it's fun times, and hey, man, life be life, and so I get it. But we got plenty of missed time to make up for, and we got to talk about this practice, man, that we witnessed on Friday. What a time we had. I'm gonna start myself just because I'm feeling that today, and I'm gonna talk about some of my favorite parts of being at the Falcons practice. And one of them was meeting some of you folks, right? And meeting some content creators. So I finally got a chance to meet, Big Low Country, right? I definitely met the gentleman below, which helped me out, Jack. You know how I'm in with names. This is, this is,
D
wait a minute,
Alford.
D. Alford. Thank you.
Big
More
shout
than
out to D Alford Team Glow.
slot corner, our slot corner. Did you guys ever have your college NCAA 25?
No. So I was busy yesterday too as well. So I gotta shoot D a message and see if he wants to just run it
Okay.
one day this week. But I gotta find out what day they got off. And of course, you know, they're heading down to Miami. So that's things that we can do when, you know, he's in his spare time. But you know
Right.
what D is all about right now. It's the grind right now when it goes to of course, preseason. They have a big game coming up this week, even though it's preseason, against the Miami Dolphins, because the people want to see the new look Falcons, right?
Yes.
So it's great to know that, you know, in his off time, we get a chance to play him in NCAA. But right now, good luck to D. You have a big season ahead, and you know, just be careful with Tyreek and that wide receiver core down there in Miami, because even if they do get a quarter to play, I think the Falcons going to throw a lot of their a couple of their starters out there early just to see how they look. So just be careful of that. But yeah, Terry, man, it's just great to be down there with the Benz and talk with the fans and have a good time, because this is really what it's about, especially during this season. As you can see here, as I post on the screen, Chris Lindstrom, D.
Yeah.
Alford, a couple other players that came by. But the cool thing was they had a long line on the other side of the Benz for autographs, but we didn't want to stand in that line. We was over there in the club area, right there behind the bench, and we decided, hey, any player that walks by or heading to the locker room, because the locker room is that way, and we're standing right here, which means you got to pass us. We'll just go ahead and just create some noise and call the player's name over and see if they'll walk over. And sure enough, all the players we called over came over by us and took some pictures, except for AJ. AJ was busy. But big shout out to all the players out there from the Atlanta Falcons.
Man. Biker boys, we make our own rules. We're not going over there and standing in line.
That was
a time for the fan.
That was a long ass line. But the way they had it set up, the players were going around the line to go sign some autographs. But it was cool to see some of the players, take some extra time after practice to come over and even chat it up with us. I mean, we talked to Chris Lindstrom, we talked to D. Alford, we talked to Richie Grant, your brother, Eric Parker, having a good conversation with Richie Grant over there too as well. A lot of these players do remember and recognize a lot of us because we've been at these training camps for years, right? We've been at these games too as well. I mean, we're out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to being a fan, like a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, going to the games, home games, away games. I mean, you get a chance to really enjoy yourself being at a practice like this. So, Terry, what was your thoughts about practice, man? We can get to, what happened on the field, what happened off the field, because the Benz, it wasn't that many people too as well. You probably had about, 5,000, 6,000 people or so?
Man, let me tell you something. My thoughts are it was so much fun. So, number one, guys, if you've never been around the gregarious, right, the charismatic Jack Spade, it is something to see him in action. It is something, right?
Totally different from being on the podcast and seeing the fan be the fan.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Most of those players, I think all of those players, Jack was like, hey, come on, what you doing? You all right? Hey, you don't need to do that. Come over here right now. Come on, check me out. And it was great, man. It was truly great. So we met a host of people. We met Big Low Country, which I thought was just great. And that is a big man. Okay.
Well, you met Big Low Country Sports. I had seen Big Low Country a couple of days ago when I was whooping him up on the golf course, but that's totally different.
That wasn't me, Big Low. That wasn't me, big fella.
That's a totally different story.
That's Mr. Jack.
But if you guys are in this chat right now and you guys go check out Country Show later, make sure you guys remind Country, yo, Country, what is this about Jack Spade whooping you up in golf?
Oh, hey, Country, that was him talking that shit. That was not me.
Big shout out to John Yates from Out of Your Falcon Mind too as well. He posted a video the other day of him at the range. Looked like the ball went over the damn fence. I don't know if they found it yet, but John might be some trouble when it comes to golf. So you're going to see a lot of Falcons content, not only going from here, but probably to the golf course, because there's a lot of Falcon fans that do golf. So this is actually
so let me ask you a question. Does John want to smoke, Jack? I just want to know.
Sheesh, we'll find out.
Folks out here on the street just want to know, man. I mean, come on. You was talking that shit about Country. Where we at with what's the deal? No, you're gonna be humble, ladies and gentlemen. The first time, Mr. Jack Spade is humble about.
I'm a big chill on that one.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Big shout out to Avery Williams. Big shout out to D. Offer. Big shout out to Taylor Heineke. Big shout out to Richie Grant. Big shout out to Zoe Carter. Zoe.
Tell him about Taylor. So
the joke with the Commanders fan.
Yes. So Taylor was leaving, and it wasn't Jack. All right. So let me. It wasn't Jack calling Taylor.
It was actually this guy right here. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit on this picture here. It was this guy right here in the back behind Eric.
So he was calling Taylor, right? And Taylor was like, whatever. And he was like, yeah, this guy over here, he's a Commanders fan. And Taylor makes a beeline, comes over.
Yeah, Taylor was walking away until he heard Commanders fan, and he turned around quickly and ran over there.
Right, which is kind of weird, being that you play for the Falcons. But whatever, Taylor, whatever works for you, whatever we got to do to keep this show going, right? I had a chance to meet Uncle Steve. That was fun for me. I thought that was great. Who else did we see? We saw what's his name?
David Amiata, my boy Eddie Goldman. Hey man, big shout out to Eddie. Eddie Kane.
He looked good. He looked in shape. He looked really good. He looked great.
Had a
He
little message for Eddie
like
Goldman too as well. I had about 2 minutes to chat it up with him
yeah.
before you took the picture. But
He was really cool
um,
too.
yeah,
Very down to earth. Very cool. Very cool. Very approachable. And but no, physically looking at, he looked good. Looking at him, I mean, all the Falcon players look good, but he looked like he's in shape. Okay. Grady is in shape.
oh yes,
Okay.
yes. They go
Um,
Eddie.
yeah, yeah. There's Eddie. There's Eddie. Eddie
Eddie
Kankey.
Goldman sighting, y'all. It's an Eddie, it's a Bodie sighting, but it's an Eddie Goldman sighting. There he is, y'all. There he is.
Can we
Will
talk?
he make the 53?
I think he will. I think he will. I'm gonna go ahead and predict yes. But the second thing is it was great seeing Bodie. All right. Let me tell you something, guys. Bodie is the most literally honest people that I've ever met. Whatever he thinks, he's gonna say it. That's it. I'm here for it. And it was just a great time because I've seen Bodie, been on a show or two with Bodie, never met him in person. Great time. We had a great time. We had so much fun, and that was a part of it. And yeah, that's Jack being Jack. So everybody, with the exception of former Commanders player, Heineke, Jack called over there. Jack was like, "Hey man, how's it going? Da 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 da. So and so." And so it was a great experience, man. We had drinks, you know. It was just fun. It was a great time. So, other favorite thing about it. Help me out, Jack. The safety we drafted last year. I can never remember his name.
DeMarco Hellams, man. He
Tell him baptize
that was Ray
somebody.
Ray.
Baptize. Was it
Yeah,
Ray?
it was Ray Ray.
Oh man, let me tell you something. No disrespect to Ray Ray, but he separated him from that ball. It
It's
was
one of
a
Alabama's hardest hitting players they've ever had, man. I mean, this guy DeMarco Hellams is he's a thumper, man. And you
oh
saw
my
it the other day at practice, but it's gonna even hurt even worse for most of those Steeler players when they come into Ben's week 1.
bro. And it was just the way it played out was just beautiful. So I forget who. I don't know if it was Kirk or it could have been Penix who threw him the ball, but it's that beautiful spiral. I mean, it's just sitting there up in the air. You know what I mean? There's this hush over the crowd. You know what I mean? Ray Ray is getting it. Ray Ray is running hard. He makes his break. He catches the ball, and just as soon as that ball is in the bread basket, baptism, just bam. You know what I mean? It was one of those hits you see and you feel it in your soul, Jack. Like, damn,
Sheesh.
that's gonna hurt. If my brother were here, if my brother Eric Parker were here, he would say, "You got to walk that out. You got to walk that out." But anyway, that was. I love to see people get hit. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a masochist. No,
Mm.
no, no, I'm a sadistic. I like to see them get hurt. I like to do the hurting. So yeah, he anyway, pause. Feel the need to say pause. But yeah,
Sheesh.
that was my I don't get a wow. I don't get a wow.
I mean, I'm over here on a different page right now. I can get you to wow in 30 seconds. Oh, no, matter of fact, I got you.
Guilty on Jack being late with the wow.
Here where I'm right, okay, let me get the wow right here, Terry. I gotta go to the vault to go get it. But man, when it comes to what we have at the Benz, big shout out to Eric Parker too as well, man. Like everybody knows Eric Parker's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, but sometimes y'all see it on social media, but you guys don't get a chance to see it up close in person.
Mhm.
Eric, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan,
Yeah,
right? See it from the way he walks, from the way he talks. Even when he was doing the interview with Country 2 as well, and it was asking about the prediction. Eric said he's not waking up to put on his jersey to lose, right? He's not waking up to go to the stadium to lose. Who's waking up to say, "Oh, we're going to lose to the Steelers today"? You don't want to think like that, right? A lot of fans do think like, "Oh, we're going to lose today because it's the Chiefs." Any given Sunday, you can win, right? And Eric says he doesn't care if it's the road, doesn't care if it's the home games, where it is. He's going out there 17-0. Big shout out to Eric Parker, man. I'm talking about LBB, BLB.
LBB. Yeah, man. So my brother and I have had that argument, and I think we will have that argument
You
until.
guys had an argument at the practice too, as well. I looked over and I was like, "Hey, Eric, everything all right over there?"
Because he won't listen to reason. I'm like, look, man, these are just predictions. You can't predict 17-0. It's not realistic. It's happened. It's never happened. Wait, did the Patriots go 17-0? They did. But the last time a team went truly undefeated including the Super Bowl, was the Dolphins. It very rarely happens, right? The probability of this happening is not. It's not even 2%. So why would you predict 17-0? And we go back and forth on this, and it's an argument every year because he believes whatever. It's an argument every year. And yes, we got into an argument. It wasn't like a "I want to fight you" argument, but it was a like "I don't agree with you, and here's why." And we've been having the same argument for 10 years. And whatever, Eric. 12. Thank you, William. Thank you. Thank you. William gets it. William gets it, Eric. So wherever you are, William gets it. What's up, DSGB? What's
Chat
going
is live. Chat is lit. 3:30 in the chat.
on?
Dan Burst in the chat. Jamal Hill in the chat. Deshaun, we'll get to your question in just a second. DSGB Hall's in the chat. Karina Atkins is in the chat. The Rise Up Tour fan club is here. Love both practices. Hashtag Rise Up.
I
William
met
Amy
her.
in the chat.
I
William Amy, I hope everything is going well with you, sir. I know you're going through a situation right now with the storm. So big shout out to you and your family,
yeah,
man. We'll definitely have you in thoughts and
prayers
prayers,
up.
man.
Prayers up, definitely.
T Will.
I met Karina.
Mm-hmm.
She's very cool. She and her significant other. Very
Oh, the
cool.
Steeler fan.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
cool too as well. I mean, he understands that, outside of that week 1 game,
Yeah.
low key, he still wants to see the Falcons win. It's a house divided between them.
Yes.
So he knows that, hey, Karina's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. He's a diehard Steelers fan. But still, outside of week 1, he's rooting for the Falcons to go ahead and try to, clear up the NFC, because in the AFC, he wants the Steelers to win.
Hey,
Right?
man,
So
at the end of the day, love conquers all, Love conquers all. So all good.
Falcons
Um,
fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. William Amy's in the chat. Pamela Johnson, Auntie Pam, is also in the chat too as well. Hello, Jack and Terry, and everyone in the chat. Happy Monday. Pop up podcast here, Falcon fans. I know we missed last night too as well as at the Atlanta United game. Hell, I should have just did the damn podcast, seeing the way Atlanta United has been playing recently. But of course, Friday too as well. Had a lot of things going on. So we missed the breakfast with One Time for the Fan. And then last week, Wednesday, too, as well, Atlanta United was playing. So I went to go see Atlanta United, and bam, they lost again. So Falcon fans, we are here. We are back with this pop-up podcast for tonight, giving you some training camp updates and some things that happened over the weekend. So big shout out to you all. Ricky Smith is in the chat. Say, yo, I'm late, but what up? One Time for the Fan. You're not really late, man. As long as you're here, that's what matters, man. So big shout out to you,
we like the
Ricky
shirt.
Smith.
Come as you are, brother. Come as you are.
Shout out to Ricky Smith in the chat. Pamela Johnson, Auntie Pam said we will sweep both the division at the NFC South teams. Man, this is big, Terry. This team is looking good. Let's get straight to it when it gets to the Atlanta Falcons. First of all, big shout out to Scott Karisic. We have Scott Karisic on the show here a couple times. He has taken the time to go over a quick unofficial projected depth chart here for the Atlanta Falcons. And of course, Scott does a great job when he breaks down these rosters. So, Terry, if you're looking at these rosters here, we did get a chance to see a lot of the ones and the twos. Of course, a lot of the backups too as well at practice. What do you say at practice at the Benz? I know, they did have practice over the weekend and today too as well. But what would you say about the practice at the Benz? What stood out to you?
Well, if I'm being honest, Jack, I tell you what, man, Kirk was incredibly accurate. He was on time. That ball was out 1, 2, 3. The other thing that stood out is Michael Penix has an arm, sir. He has quite an arm, sir. Quite an arm. Like, bro, he was delivering that thing, and it was just like on a line. It was accurate. He also has touch, which is very rare for his age, right? Like if most young quarterbacks, when they come in the league, they're just gunning it, and it takes them a couple of years to figure out I don't have to do that in every scenario, and that's clearly what he's done. So, Penix looked really good to me. The receivers, they look good. Specifically Kyle and Draco. Draco made some contested catches. Kyle made some contested catches. I gotta be honest, Ray Ray's look good. Um, you know, Rondell Moore's look pretty good. Mooney's look good. I didn't realize Mooney was as fast as he was, Jack. Like that dude gets in and out of breaks, and he's like a whisper. Like he's like a rumor. Was
I was
he?
watching some of his film of some of the passes Justin Fields could have made to him when he was playing with Chicago, and there was a lot of times where it was just I don't know if most of the time the cornerbacks or the defenders just wasn't just paying attention to Mooney and they just give him some more separation, but there was a lot of one-on-one jams that he gets beat out quickly against some actually decent, good cornerbacks, man. But then there was a lot of zone coverage too as well on Mooney that I did recognize too as well when they was playing against him. But still, he found the way to got open. It's just Justin Fields couldn't get him the ball. And it's possible that we might be seeing Justin Fields week 1 because what's going on in Pittsburgh right now, there's a competition, there's a camp battle right now between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So, I think Mooney would love to get a dub week 1 against his old quarterback. But go ahead, Terry. You was definitely right about what you were saying on Mooney.
No worries. DSGB apparently wants to hit me with a penalty because I said he was delivering that thing. I maybe you should spotlight it. Is this penalty worthy? Can we go to the?
Are we going to the chat? A1, William, Amy, everybody in the chat. Is this penalty? Or should we blow the whistle on Terry?
Because I said
Terry said he was delivering that. Yeah, remember Terry's back in like the In Living Color, like 227. like they talk different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Terry think he's back on the on the court. Back on the old block. I'm still waiting for Terry. Still waiting for Terry to call somebody a jive turkey. Honestly, I'm just waiting for that day.
Man,
I'm just waiting for Terry to be like, "Look, man, you jiving or you? Hey, man, that's why.
Come here, sucker. What you got going on?"
We haven't heard Terry say sucker, jive turkey. Hey, man, don't be doing that, man. Terry hasn't put on that voice yet, but I don't know. I don't know. We gotta look into it. Let's see.
Worthy. Like I didn't think about it in those terms. It's not like I said donkey hoodoo. Go ahead. I love that phrase.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I do.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the bottom of the screen. I see voice of the voice pop up in the green room, and I'm like, who is voice of the voice? And I'm like, that's gotta be Bodie 3000, man.
Bodie!
Voice of the voiceless.
What's up, man?
Bodie 3000, you good?
Oh man, we can't hear you.
You on a cruise ship? You on a cruise ship right now, Bodie?
That's where you are. Hey, blink 3 times if you in captivity, man. Me and the homies will come get you.
Hold on, Bodie. Let's get the audio and the video connected, right? And then you're good. We can't hear you. Can't hear you now.
Man, we can't hear you, bro.
We might have to blow the whistle on you, Bodie, for coming here with that connection in 2024.
Man.
Oh, you there?
Bodie, you there? I guess he'll come back.
Voice of the voiceless, Bodie 3000 is going to be in here in just a second.
Chris said, T. Will still watch. I'm going to get you, sucker. Damn right. Yes, I do. What? Yes, I do, damn it. You're right. Absolutely. What the hell are we talking about, Jack? Anyway.
Hey, we're talking Falcons football. We're talking training camp. We just got a chance to look at Scott Karisic put up his the Falcons roster projections here. William Amy, the defensive front has to step up. You were definitely right about that. William Amy, this is a big season for the defensive front. Of course, you don't think Lorenzo Carter getting cut?
Zoe was out there with the ones in practice, wasn't he?
Zoe was out there heavy with the ones, man. And if I know they want to get a lot of looks, of course, from Zoe, Arnold Ebiketie, D'Angelo Malone. A lot of fans thinking that it might be Malone who's getting cut, and it's like that might be tough to see because Arthur Smith didn't even really get a chance to use him. And then if it goes to preseason where we use him and it doesn't work out, then it's just not going to be the right fit here for D'Angelo. And that kind of sucks because I kind of know D'Angelo a little bit, so that will suck if you can't make the 53. But then again, otherwise than that, Raheem is trying to build the best team to go out there and win the Super Bowl. So the best players will make this team. But I did see a lot of Zoe Carter on the field, a lot of Caden Ellis, a lot of Nate Landman, Trey Anderson too as well. I know he came out. We was walking out. That was Trey that walked past us with the ice on his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it then at that point, but today we can go ahead and mention it because we saw it. But I'm sure you guys saw the picture of Troy there. He was a little bit banged up a little bit after practice, but furthermore, I mean the team seems to be healthy. We haven't heard about no major injuries, right, Terry? So that seems to be good. I know a lot of other players around the league has been hurt. What's up?
I'm knocking on wood for you.
Hey man,
So you know,
that's a good thing right now, especially getting ready to go down there and do a joint practice with the Dolphins.
knocking on wood.
And then we have to play them Friday too as well. So it's good to see that the team is still 100% right now. But Zoe Carter getting cut, I don't know. I can't say that. Terry?
About that. I don't know about Zoe getting cut. I don't know about D'Angelo Malone because I did not realize, sir, if you ever see D'Angelo Malone come up on you, there doesn't appear to be an ounce of fat on his body, and he looks like he could throw an offensive lineman. So, I mean, given the opportunity, I think D'Angelo's going to be damn good, man. I don't see either one of them. Now that I've watched them in practice, and I don't see either one of them going. Now, again, I'm not the coach. But I don't know. I don't see either one of them going. That's just me. What up, Chris A1? Somebody said something. Oh, William is a savage. William is a savage. I'm gonna put that. William Amy is a savage. So he was like, yeah. Anyway, William is a savage.
Big shout out to the chat. Big shout out to everybody that's watching, that's listening. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Man, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Once again, we are almost at 1,000 in the subscribers. So tell your friends. Tag your Falcons friends. Tell your Falcons family. Almost fucked that one up. Quentin Lavender said, "Yo, one time." Big shout out to Quentin in the chat. Big shout out to A1 in the chat. Debo Vibes. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Debo Vibes too as well. One time for the fan, Jack and Terry. Rise the up. Big shout out to Debo Vibes.
Wow. All right, Debo. I love it. I love me some profanity. Yeah, I do.
Sheesh.
Let's go.
Yeah, you did. The F-bomb counter for you on that segment last week probably hit about 15. Just on that one segment. It was like watching Wolf of Wall Street.
I was that day. I really was. Yes, sir.
Sheesh. But you had a lot of fans ready for the season. There are some fans that do believe this team is that good, Terry, like you were saying. There are some fans that do believe that, we will win more than 10 games, like you were saying. We will get to the playoffs, like you were saying. We will win the division. We could make a strong run to the NFC Championship game if this team does go out there and do what they're supposed to do. I think on paper, we're looking good. On practice right now, we're looking good. Iron does sharpen iron, and you're seeing it from Drake London to Ray McCloud. I mean, everything that the Falcons have been posting since, honestly, I've been watching the Falcons training camp looks like it's one of the best training camps that, and I've only been out there 2 days because that's the only 2 open to the public days we've seen. But every note that we've read, a lot of the stuff that we see from Myles Garrett and the people reporting, they're like, Kyle Pitts looks good. Drake London looks good. Jesse Bates look good. I saw the interception counters today that they put up. I think there's only like 5 interceptions that's been thrown compared to what's going on in Arizona. I think it's like 25 interceptions that's been thrown already. So
fired, Jack.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just throwing it out there.
Man, come on.
Quick shots early. Georgia, Texas boy in the chat. What it do one time for the fan and Falcons family? How y'all feeling, Jack and Terry? It's game week. It definitely is game week. I'm feeling good. Probably not going to do the whole, the meal, like the Miami meal, like I was telling you about with Chef Matt, like we were talking about doing our Chef's Corner. That's going to be coming up here real soon with one time for the fan. But week 1, Falcons Steelers. Week 2, Falcons Eagles. Week 3, Falcons Chiefs Sunday Night Football. I mean, this is going to be an amazing season for the Atlanta Falcons. So I don't care if people say, hey, man, the Chiefs game is going to be tough, or the Eagles game is going to be tough, or the Saints game is going to be tough, or the Bucks Thursday night. I don't care, man. I'm telling you, this team is going to be ready. I promise you this team is going to be ready. And we saw that training camp the other day at the benz, Terry.
So you're saying we're going to whoop the state of Pennsylvania's ass? Is that what you're saying, Jack?
It's looking so. In the first 2 weeks, I think we should go ahead and be 2-0.
That's what I was laughing at about William. William is a savage.
Big shout to William Amy. He said Bodie's internet was bluffing. Sheesh. Big shout out to William Amy in the chat. Mactown Dirty said, what's up, fellas? This show right here is going to be a quick podcast for everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening. We should get up out of here in about 20 minutes or so because it's a pop-up podcast, but we'll be back again this Wednesday, talking Falcons football with everybody. Of course, we have our Friday morning show returning back this week. So it was a little bit busy last week, with some things we had to handle, but we are back. We'll have some special guests on the podcast this week. And I think we might even do something Friday night, Terry, for Falcons Dolphins. I think that would be pretty cool if we can come over here and talk some football with the fans. Maybe some people might be at the game in Miami we can check in with. Maybe we have some people, you never know. It's one time for the fan. All I can say is I'm thinking about the people I can reach out to right now. I want to make sure, they have some time on their hands, but I do know some people that's going to be at the game in Miami too as well. So we might be able to reach out to them and see what's going on. Big shout out to Debo Vibes. He said Carlos Washington was out there cutting dimes and breaking ankles Friday. Like the defense owed him money. I did see a Falcons journalist. I'm sorry, somebody. Well, I don't know if he's technically like covers the Falcons, but I did see him report that he has Carlos Washington as his running back 3 right now on the depth chart. So that's actually big to see.
Over Jay.
Well. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. Haven't heard much about Jace too as well, but we'll get to some Falcons notes about today's camp and see what we got going on. William Amy said Richie Grant lost that starting strong safety job. Ooh, Richie. Richie told us, what Richie say getting this year? 10 of them, right? That's what he told Eric? Eric asked him how many interceptions he getting this year. He said 10 of them. That's what we're looking for. No, we said about 5 or 6, he said, and then Eric said 10 of them.
Eric said 10 because
Eric said 10 of them.
My brother's aggressive, because he's 17-0 every year. So why not 10, Richie? Let's go.
Big shout out to all the Falcon fans in the chat. Georgia Texas boy said Washington knows there's a fight between him and Jace for the third running back spot, and that's the good camp battles to see. But we talked about this before camp started. 1 and 2 was already locked up, so who was going to be 3 and 4? Avery Williams. We saw that at practice the other day, Terry. A lot of talk between him and Maurice Williams.
A lot.
Not only in the special teams coverage, but even after practice, Maurice Williams going over there to speak to Avery on a one-on-one personal level. Yep. So that was a guy a couple years ago who the Falcons did depend on when it came to the special teams game. Now you have 2 other guys in the building that could possibly win that spot, but maybe it's Avery Williams in that special team spot. We did see a lot of that at camp the other day, Terry.
And he talked to him for quite a while after practice. It wasn't just a, hey, bud, how's the wife? It was a prolonged conversation. So
yeah, it was for a couple minutes while we was over there chatting with the players. William Amos in the chat said, y'all think Mike Hughes is starting? Right now, Mike Hughes, I have him penciled in as the cornerback 2. Unless something happens between now and that third game in preseason against the Jags, I have him as the cornerback 2 outside of AJ.
At least for this week's game, because he's the only one that's been with the ones.
I saw a lot of D offer the other day with the ones in the slot. And of course, Clark Phillips is going to be out there too as well. But some of these players, how many snaps are going to get? You got Antonio Hamilton, you got Kevin King, who's going to make the team there between those guys, Harris and Hand. There's a couple other guys. Natron Brooks is over there too as well. So you got a lot of players to look at. And then, of course, are they going to make a move around week 2 of preseason? Are they going to make a move around the end of preseason before they get ready for the Steelers and say, hey, look at the list of free agents that's still available. The Falcons might go snag one. But right now, I have Mike Hughes penciled in as the cornerback 2 on this team. He's a veteran. He's been around the league for a while. Of course, D. Alford, he's still young in the league, even though he's had a decent run here with the Atlanta Falcons. Big shout out to Team Glow too as well. But I have D in the slot. I have Clark playing a little bit more outside and some in the slot this season, but I have Mike Hughes, like I remember Mike Hughes playing that number 2 this year.
Me too.
And that might be your move next season in the draft to go get a guy outside of AJ, right? And they value AJ at all. He's up here. So for Falcon fans thinking, oh, he's not going to be a Falcon forever, I think AJ will be a Falcon forever. I think he'll be here for a long time.
Jack,
you don't want to fight for your CB1 and CB2 spots right now, especially with a guy in a contract situation. But yeah, go ahead, Terry.
It's okay. First off, shout out to the Dixon Way. Did see him at training camp. Good seeing you, brother. And then secondly, Auntie Pam's talking about a Steve Wilkes sighting. What do you think about that? Because he was spotted more than once at Falcons training camp. Do you think that's some sort of consultant position going on? Like,
we got OCU Manura. He was at the camp today too as well. So that would be great to see if OC's out there working with some of the linemen about some moves and some techniques that he can show them. Because it's good to see the veterans, anybody. If Matt Ryan's in there and he's talking to Kurt, if Matt Ryan's in there and he's talking to Penix, if even Julio steps out there and he starts talking to Drake, that would be good to see, right? This is about what these players and coaches can learn from one another, right? But Steve Wilkes, he's up there when it comes to being a defensive coordinator.
So that is a defensive mind.
He was also a big target for Falcon fans that they wanted to get it to become the head coach a couple years ago.
Yeah, but if we could get him in here as a consultant,
as anything, I don't give a damn if he's just help. I don't care what Steve Wilkes can do.
Yeah,
get him in the building.
Great. Yeah, let's be great. So,
but right now it looks like that's the Raheem effect of bringing in coaches that he knows, people that he respects, people that respect him. For Steve Wilkes to come over there for a couple of days at camp and just to observe, because I asked Bryce Lewis, and Bryce Lewis was there. We had Bryce on the channel. Big shout out to Bryce. I said, why is Steve Wilkes there? He said, from his point of view, he looks like he's observing. Okay. Well, what are you observing? Steve Wilkes, tell us. What do you see?
You didn't come look. I mean, no, I think, bro, people don't.
You think something's cooking behind the scenes here?
Yeah.
Well, even let's just say Dean Pease walks out there.
Dean's retired.
That is true. Okay. But Dean loves football.
He does, but Dean's retired. Okay. Steve is not retired. And I'm not saying he's going to come in as a defensive coordinator, but you could mask a lot of things under the term consultant. And I just think that is a great defensive mind to have in the building. But I want to, because you reminded me of something. I want to kind of step away from that for a sec. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to kind of recap something that I just remembered at the practice that was great. So we're out there, right? We're standing, and Coach Raheem comes out, right? And Jack,
you going to tell him the story?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him the story. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Mr. 80 on the run, right? Turns back to the other Temptations. So just so you know, Jack's the lead singer, right? And we're just the doo-wop guys in the back.
What?
When it comes to being at the Benz, right? We're just like, all right, Jack, what are we doing here? We're the doo-wop guys. We are.
I did feel like, every time we getting ready to walk away, like everybody's like, what y'all doing? Like, we waiting on Jack. Like, exactly. we wherever y'all want to go, I'm following y'all.
We felt like the cast of Entourage. But anyway, Jack says, hey, guys, looks at us, right? Like with this confident look, and says, hey, watch this, right? And it's, yo, Ra, right? And Raheem does this, right? Jack points at him. Raheem points at him, and he's like, look, I'm doing something, but I'll be right over. And as soon as he finished, which couldn't have been more than 2 minutes, he came over and greeted the crowd. So as the young folks say, Jack has all the sauce. And that's what you young folks say, the sauce, the drip, the sauce. Yeah, Jack has that sauce. So just wanted to give you props, sir. Throw that out there. That was an amazing thing to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't think if I was like, hey, Rob, come over, I think it'd have been like, I don't know you. So, yeah, that was pretty dope. Anyway.
It was just, I turned to Terry. I was like, oh, there goes Raheem. Like, hey, Terry, watch this. Yo, Rob!
You didn't say it like that. You was like, hey, man, hey. You didn't say it like that.
But Raheem also, like I said, man, from the fan interview back when he was hired this year, from being in that room after the press conference and he came and talked to us, and also, from back in 2016, Raheem used to run out where my seats are is right there behind the bench. So when Raheem used to run out of the tunnel as a coordinator, I would just yell out, Raheem, and he would run over. I showed you I have videos of it. He would run over to him and he'll dap me up and we'll talk. And every city that we go to, don't matter if it was in Seattle, don't matter if it was Cincinnati, don't matter, wherever we played back then when Raheem was on the team, I was there. And I wasn't up there in the 300s either. I was right there behind the bench, row 1, row 2. So
Jack is underselling it.
It's every game that I kept seeing Raheem for all those years.
No, Jack,
right? So now
Jack is underselling it, and I understand.
It's just a thing of I'm just a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. But after that, I went to work the next day. I tell you that.
Okay, so I was with Jack. Okay, right, and I'm telling you, when you're rolling with Jack, it's like it's Prince Hakeem, and they're rose bearers, and they just
not Prince Hakeem.
And I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So yeah. But anyway, we can get back to it, Jack.
Where's the Prince? Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're gonna get to some Falcons notes in a minute. I tell Country sometimes, like, how the hell do you do that show? Because we come in here with the topics, we come in here getting ready to talk about some things, and then the chat gets live, and it's like we can't even get to the shit until like an hour later. But that's a good thing about having a podcast, about talking to the fans, about really just engaging with the fan base, man. You guys are diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. You guys want to win. There might be a Jaguar fan in the chat too as well. So I don't even know if I've scrolled down that far yet.
That boy
But
got talent. That boy.
yeah, that Jaguar fan, he's gonna come in here hating because, especially when it gets to week 3, he's gonna come in here hating. But for Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Take us on the road with wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to everybody here that's listening to us or watching us. William Amy said Richie Grant ain't starting. Let's find out. I think the depth chart should be out Wednesday or Thursday for the Atlanta Falcons going into the Miami game. Here, let me ask Smitty. Smitty, when do you think the depth chart is going to be out for the Falcons Dolphins game this week?
Hey!
I would have to say today, Monday. Has to be tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Falcon fans will get a chance to see, is Richie Grant going to be starting? Is Mike Hughes going to be that CB1? How they're going to play them is going to be 1 series, 2 series. You don't want to tire these guys out, but I'm sure that defense is going to get a heavy load this season. But Smitty's in the podcast with us talking Falcons football. Bill. Mr. 11K?
Mr. 11K, if you please, sir.
Excuse me. Wow.
Me. Yes, sir.
We have a celebrity here, Falcons fans.
No. I'm just getting started, man.
Yes.
I'm just getting started.
That's all we need. We just need 10 minutes.
Gosh, is that are you talking to his manager, Terry?
Agent. Hello?
Sheesh.
We just 10 minutes. Okay.
Big shout out to Smitty, Sports Machine, for joining us here.
Perrier water, Smitty. Is that true? We'll get him the Perrier water.
You drinking the Perrier?
Hey man, I hate I missed y'all the other day, man, but I was moving around so much.
Yeah.
But I missed y'all the other day, but we're gonna definitely catch up.
We gotta do it
there on the 17th.
We gotta link up, man. We got to link up.
I hope I see y'all on the 17th.
Oh yeah.
Possibly will. I'm sure Terry will be there.
You're out near my way. So yeah, I don't have to drive an hour and a half for this one. So I'll definitely.
Oh yeah. I'm 20 minutes away.
That's what's up.
I'm right down the street.
I'm out there. Hey, Jack, where's that going to be, Smitty? Where's that going to be, by the way? Because I was talking to somebody.
Bench warmers
in Stockbridge.
Bench warmers in Stockbridge. Thank you, sir.
Falcon fans, definitely come out August the 17th. Falcons playing the Ravens. Content creator meetup will be over there at Bench Warmers and Stockbridge. So you definitely want to get there early, get your seats. We'll come talk some Falcons football. We'll watch the game. I'll probably cut a couple of videos too as well. But Smitty, for everybody in the chat that does not know who Smitty is, I'm sure everybody knows who Smitty is, but if they don't, please let everybody know who you are and where we can find you on social media, my brother.
Y'all can always find me on Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. You can find me on Tuesdays and Sundays with my brothers Alberto and my brother Chris Tip Moore. We are the 95 North Sports Machine, man. We started a new YouTube channel for the 3 of us soon. So this season, man, we're gonna try to turn up the volume just a little bit.
That's right.
Good. That's good to see.
Berto Damas, man. Love it.
Big shout out to Berto. He's getting that NIL money from NCAA.
Don't do it again, Jack. Don't do it. You've done Berto so wrong.
He just won an NBA championship.
I'm surprised there's not been a
Falcons looking good. This is just great to have. Smitty, man, we're talking some Falcons training camp, man. Over the past couple of days, I know you've been doing your videos and talking to a lot of Falcon fans too as well in the social media world. What have you been seeing from the Atlanta Falcons that's making you believe that this team is going to be really good this year?
Something that I haven't seen in a long time, and there's energy and sense of urgency. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen that in God knows how long. And when you saw them on the field Friday, it was just, like I said, a different type of energy. Everybody was giving it their all. And I just think this season, and I've been saying it since the Super Bowl season, this season may be a little bit different, and when you have the right coach that has the type energy that a team needs, you got to have good feelings about it. Because as I tell y'all, man, teams are only as good as their coach would take them. If their coach has a bad ego like Arthur Smith did and
Mm.
nonchalant attitude, that's the type of
Or the
energy that
mustache.
energy or the mustache they're
Wow.
gonna exuberate on the field.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, I just keep it real. You know how I do, man.
Wow.
Hey, Smitty does keep it real, man. It's good to see you here talking Falcons football tonight. Terry, you heard what Smitty just said about, this team too as well. Why they're going to be looking good this season. Terry, what have you seen outside of just at the practice at the Benz? But Carrie's been sharing a lot of information in the chat. Bodie's been talking about this team. What have you been seeing, Terry, that's just going to make you feel good about this team this season?
Well, in the spirit of keeping it real, I've seen a much, 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 much better quarterback play.
Yes.
Just better on time throws, defensive recognition, beautiful throws, being able to get the ball there, get it where it needs to be at the time it needs to be. And it just seems like we are in sync with our receivers, and we are seeing more of our receiver skill sets because they have a signal caller and a person that can get them the ball. So that's what I've seen. I've also seen a couple of people get, baptized. I like that sort of thing.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. Jack, what about you?
I have to agree with you on that quarterback play. It's definitely an upgrade from what we had the past couple of years. You can see it with Kirk with the play action. You can see it with Kirk making his throws, looking through his reads. The Kirk cam, I'm sure they're probably using too as well to help out what Kurt has messed up on. Help him in the film room too as well. That at training camp, what they got over there, Smitty? They got the new what's that shit? Their instant replay they have over there on the side.
Yeah.
That they put up over there. The jumbotron looking thing they have. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
that the Falcons are installing that into their practices. Anything that you saw in the past that didn't work, Raheem's came in here and trying to fix it. The upgrade to the training room over there at the Flowery Branch too as well. Everything seems to be like a season to be excited for. And it started when they brought in Kirk Cousins. Then they went through the draft
again. Sense of urgency.
Yeah,
you got to. I mean, when you trying to turn a team around, actually, it starts in the film room. And we've been talking about Richie Grant like he stole somebody's wallet out their pocketbook the last 2 years.
Shit.
If he can turn it around in the film room, he can turn it around on the field. And what I mean by that, if he can learn to break down what the offenses are trying to do, he's pretty good against the run. I give him that. But when he plays the slot, he plays cover one, he just gets lost and he gets burnt. So if he learns how to know what the offense is lining up for, how to read the offensive scheme, I think that starts in the film room, and I think he could turn his career around. And trust me, he's not a bad player, because if you watch him at UCF, he was one of the best defensive backs in the nation.
Yes, he was.
So so if it starts in the film room, I think he could turn it around easily.
Yeah. And for Richie Grant, there's gonna be some situations where Jesse Bates is there to help you, but there's gotta be some times you gotta lean on yourself, man. There's gonna be some one-on-ones you're gonna have to match up and get the job done. There's gonna be some times we got to play over Mike Hughes if he's not in position where he needs to be. Mike Evans, DK Metcalf. You have some receivers this year that they're going to look at film and say, hey, we got to target Richie. If we can get anywhere in that zone where Richie is, we'll try to scare him a little bit. I don't think Richie's going to be too bad this season. I'm actually looking at a more improved Richie because of Raheem Morris, because of Jimmy Lake, because of Jerry Gray, because of the people that's in that building. I understand what Arthur Smith did in the past. It didn't work. But now you can probably see a much better Richie. We all hope, Falcon fans, if you're in the chat, you want to see a much better Richie. You don't want to see a Richie Grant who makes the 53 and go out there and just think it up. Everybody knows that. You want to see a Richie Grant that has improved, because he's going to this is contract year for Richie, right, Smitty?
Right.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Dirty Fanatics United. Chase.
What up, Chase?
And Cody, big shout out to you guys over there at Dirty Fanatics United. Hit the
And
like, share, subscribe button.
35-10 twice, Philip.
Oh, come on, man. You already know, man. Big shout out to having Chase Dirty Fanatics United. When it goes to 35-10, I think we'll see a lot of that this season from Kirk, from the offense, because everybody keeps talking about how good this offense is going to be. And we'll shed some light on that shortly. Debo Vibes is in the chat too as well. He said, Smitty, awesome time vibing out with you, Chris, and Big Low on Friday. You had a chance to run and speak with Debo Vibes?
Yeah, we hung together the whole time. Sat in the same area, shot videos in the 120, and we was good to go, man.
Nice. Got a chance to meet up with the Water Boys over there too as well.
I met Trey too. I met Trey as well.
Nice.
I didn't see B Rich, but I met Trey.
Nice. You see, this is good when Falcon fans get a chance to go out and hang out with other Falcon fans, and of course, you have content creators that's there. A lot of the journalists too as well that covered the Falcons were there too as well. Dave Archer was pretty much the host of the down there on the field. But it was good to see Drake London's family too as well. Terry, you got a chance to meet them too as well. Down there on the field. Smitty, give us your thought about the vibes at the Benz, because I know Falcon fans, they're expecting 5, 6, 7 open to the public training camp practices like in the past, but there's only 2 this year. Arthur Blank did mention that he hopes that there's going to be more in the future because they're going to bring it back. But your thoughts on just what you saw at the Benz for fans on Friday?
Man, I love what I saw. A little bit over 22,000, I think, were there. Got to meet some nice people, take photos. Shout out to Mario Scott. Shout out to Eric Parker. But yeah, man, the vibes were great, man. Everybody vibing, talking sports. And one thing that I love about what I saw and what I heard, there were Falcon fans and followers of our YouTube channel. I mean, us as a collective, that said we make their day a little bit better, while they're truck drivers, or just driving overnight and driving in the morning, getting up during rush hour, that they can listen to us and it makes their day go by. If they can go to work with a smile on their face, or they're on the road vibing and keeping them with a positive mindset. So that really that was really the best part of my day. And y'all can go to my video where I did my live vlog. Dude named Kenny, truck driver, say he drives 85% of the time. And he listened to us, Big Low, me, you, one time for the fan, everybody, to keep his night going. So that's really what we're here for. We're here for the fans. We're here to put a smile on their face, and we're here to be the voice of the fans. So that was pretty cool.
It was actually pretty cool to hear that. Not only at the practice in Buford, but Terry, we caught up with a lot of the fans too as well when they saw us in the club, saw us walking through the stadium. Because a lot of people just see us on the podcast and they haven't met us. Then they get a chance to say, "Oh, is that Jack Spade? Is that T. Will?" But it's a good feeling to be amongst the fans again. This is a season I think fans will remember. I'm telling y'all, like, I'm just beyond excited about this team, about the vision that Raheem is setting forward for these guys, the communication between these guys. Terry, we was talking about it in the stands when Jesse Bates was down there with AJ Terrell and Grady Jarrett, and we was talking with Eric and Country in the stands, and Uncle Steve walked by. And Terry, I turned to you and I said, "You see those 3 guys right there? That's one of the biggest parts of the defense right there. Jesse Bates, Grady, and AJ having a conversation, laughing, joking, when they know on all 3 levels they're going to be doing a big part to help this team, right? Grady Jarrett on that front line, AJ Terrell with the cornerbacks, and of course Jesse Bates in that backfield. But this is something that we have
to throw Anya Mata in there too.
Oh my God, David too as well. You can throw him in the conversation right there. It was just great to see them. They was actually talking with Jimmy Lake when Jimmy Lake walked over there. So you get the sense of the outrunning the South could happen. The communication that they're really buying into what Raheem is saying. We keep saying he's a player's coach. We keep saying he's a fans coach. He's a media guy. But beyond that, when they get into that room back there, the barn, as D. Orlando would call it, they work on those players. I think they're going to come out here and really be exciting this season. So Falcon fans, get ready, man. That's why the season tickets are sold out. It's not just because of Kirk and Bijan. It's the team. Everybody's excited about the team. That's why those ticket prices are going up. You got the Cowboys this year. Them ticket prices are going to be expensive. You got the Chiefs Sunday night. Don't let us go 2-0 and come back to that Benz for that Sunday night. Oh, you really going to complain about them ticket prices then?
Oh yeah, you're going to be paying $800-900 a ticket easily.
For the fans that kept saying, "Hey, I didn't want to go see the team before when the tickets were $20, now they're $200. You want to go see them?" don't go 2-0 because them tickets are going to, like Smitty just said, 800-900, even more. And that's like the what? 200 level.
200, yep.
Come on, Falcon fans. I know some people are waiting for the tickets to drop too as well on game day because, sometimes that happens. Steeler fans will go in here and they'll pay anything. That's the difference between certain fan bases. Some fans here are waiting for the tickets to drop. Steeler fans are buying them up. They don't give a damn.
Steelers and Bills, they'll pay anything.
They'll pay anything. So Falcon fans that's looking for the single game tickets, just hang on. You never know if you'll catch some. I might even have a couple available too as well. Because
don't have to worry about a half empty stadium this year. Trust me.
Hey, let me tell you something. Those first 4 weeks gonna be packed. I tell you that, and it's gonna be packed going on past the first 4 weeks too as well. But I do know the first 4 weeks is heavy for the Falcons with the home games. The Steelers opener, and then the Sunday night football, and then the Thursday night football too as well with the Bucks. Then they had the Saints too as well early in the season. So, hey man, we're gonna be rolling out some dubs, man. Big shout out to the Dixon Way in the chat. Make sure you guys go over there, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for the Dixon Way. Big shout out to Raymond Collins in the chat too as well. He said, "What up, fellas? Thanks, Jack and T. Will. Give them guys some." Throwing the emojis around. The StreamYard's messing it up over here. Big shout out to Raymond Collins in the chat. Jeff Wolf in the chat. You might see, what is that? You see Ritter might be regressing in Arizona. Desmond Ritter?
Ain't no might be in it. He is.
Ain't no might be.
Correction. We have, way in the chat. It's Ritter. Okay.
Ritter?
It's Ritter. We have the Dixon Way in the chat. Give the man his respect. He coined the term Ritter. It's Ritter.
Not Ritter.
Right.
Man.
Rid of.
And the crazy thing is,
I'm telling them now.
and the crazy thing is, in Arizona's offense, is a little bit more wide open than Atlanta, so it's a little bit more of a passing offense. And this right here is going to show us that he's just not an NFL quarterback. He may end up in the UFL next year or NFL next year. So if he can do that and fine tune his game and get back to the NFL, I'm all for it. But right now, he's no better than a third string quarterback. I'm gonna just
I know somebody who can beat Desmond Ritter in the throwing competition. That boy Bodie 3000.
Bodie!
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, Bodie.
We can hear you. We can see you.
All right.
What's up?
I just got tired of hearing this politician Jack speak, so I had to come on and take the fuck over this show like I used to back in the day. If y'all remember.
Bodie. Get him.
Hey, Bodie, look, we got the soundboard up too. There you go.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing that too. Yeah, the wow.
Bodie,
what up?
Tell him it's Ritter.
What?
It's Ritter. Tell him, Bodie. Tell him.
Desmond, you're talking about Desmond Ritter names.
I'm talking about Desmond Ritter, okay?
Now, this ain't like Target and Tarjay. We're not doing that shit. And he don't deserve none of that. He don't deserve none of that. Why are we talking about Desmond Ritter right now?
Shit, Bodie 3000 was a comment in the chat talking about it.
somebody put it in the comments.
Yeah. He's thinking it up over there in Arizona.
Did he get cut?
Shit.
Why do you seem so happy, Bodie? You talking about why you seem so happy at this man's failure? Why?
I'm fucking scarred, Terry. As all of you should be. Am I right, Smitty?
I ain't scarred. I thought even when we won them 2 games last year, I was still calling out mistakes. I got roasted for it, but when the season went on, I threw it back in their face.
Try to remain positive.
But that's the thing, Smitty. You stick to your shit, Smitty. You stick to your shit, and I respect that about you. I respect that. Because you stick to your takes, and hey, if he was shitty, he was shitty. I was telling him you shitty last year, but of course we gotta stand behind him.
Wow.
We gotta stand there. But he's fucking shitty. He's shitty. There's articles out there saying how shitty he is.
Wow.
You got to criticize him. Yeah.
Hey, shitty. If he don't make the Cardinals, I won't be surprised.
Damn. Bodie is making
Practice squad.
9 months of inactivity in one take.
First few minutes of Bodie on the podcast after a whole 6 months. We're definitely going to clip that, throw that on the TikTok. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button for Bodie 3000.
Put my fucking name up there.
Yeah.
You put your name
I speak for all of them.
That ain't your name. Your name is Bodie 3000, not the voice of the voiceless.
That's my name.
Oh, wow.
That's my name.
We are here.
I'm so glad I got on this podcast today, boy.
Let's talk some Falcons football. Look, let's get straight to it when it comes to the training camp. Bodie, you was at the benz the other day, man. It was glad to see you having a good time with a lot of the Falcon fans. Everybody was excited to see you as well because, you know, you've been a big time podcast here with One Time for the Fan. Then you took a little break, but it was great to have you come out and watch some Falcons football, man. But Bodie, what did you see at the benz that has you really excited about this team? You've been following the training camp. You've been following the Falcons for such a long time. How ready are you for this season?
I'm ready. I can't even. It's just we've been mediocre since 2017, 16, whenever the last time we made the playoffs. It's just time. You know what I'm saying? It's time. I feel like it's time. What I saw at the Benz is Desmond Ridder was so fucking bad we had to get 2 quarterbacks, of course. And and both of them was throwing fucking lasers.
Oh,
and I loved it. London is going in the first round in most drafts. At least he should. He probably won't, but he should because he's going to tear the roof off this season. Like he is. And people say it's going to be Pitts. I think they both going to be up there. I think they both will hit 1,000, just like this podcast. Y'all subscribe if you're not there.
It's Style Wow, Bodie. It's Style Wow.
Style Wow. Oh, okay. Style Wow. Wow. I bet that button about broke, ain't it? Anyway, look.
Oh man.
I'm fucking back. At least tonight. At least for tonight. Look. I think the defense is. Y'all trying to actually talk football right now, okay?
Yeah, let's get it.
I think the defense is underrated. I think we got a lot of breakout candidates for sack leaders. Like, I think Ebby Katie is really a make or break year for him. To me,
yeah, agreed.
He should get there. Zach Harrison, I'm probably most high on his defense. I think he could come out and get 10 because I mean the man's a monster. Like he was a 5-star recruit. He didn't live up to the hype in college, so he got drafted in the later rounds. But now he's coming in getting PT, and now he's showing his ass. At least he was the last 3 games before the last game. He didn't play in the very last game, but those last 3 games he got 3 sacks. So, yeah, I'm excited about this defense most of all. The offense is going to be there. They're going to be there. We got too much fucking firepower, like all over. So I ain't worried about the offense. I'm more excited about the defense though, because I know we're gonna put up points.
And I saw Braden Trice doing practice.
Mm-hmm.
That dude get off is crazy. When I was looking at him, I was looking at Danielle Hunter all over again.
I love that. I love that. He is a sleeper too. I mean, we got so many people who can break out. The crazy thing is we got so many people who can get pressure on the quarterback, including our rookies, including the guys we had here already. Like it's just somebody's getting 10 sacks. I think I feel that. That's my bold prediction. It should it be bold? I guess somebody's getting 10 sacks this season on the roster right now.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. T-Will, One Time for the Fan. Bodie, One Time for the Fan. Smitty's Sports Machine, 11K. Smitty's Sports Machine is here talking Falcons football with us. Big, exciting week of preseason football because everybody knows that when it's this time of the year, it's go time for a lot of these fans. Falcons, Dolphins, 7 p.m. Friday. Smitty, what are you looking for this week with the Falcons and the Dolphins?
To see how much, to know what the Falcons have done this offseason and how much work they put in on offensive side of the ball, getting ready. I want to see the offense in rhythm, at least for 2 to 3 series during the game. I know Kirk Cousins not going to play, so Michael Penix will get a majority of the snaps. So I would love to see what he's learned so far in mini camp, OTAs, now training camp. So yeah, I want to see some rhythm from the offense.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for Smitty. Bodie 3000, Falcons, Dolphins, 7 p.m. this Friday. Hopefully, it's not going to be raining down there in Miami. I know they're experiencing some weather issues, but there's some fans that's going to be traveling in for the game. It's an exciting time of the year for Falcons fans. Bodie, Michael Penix is out there this week. Maybe we see a little bit of Bijan, probably more of the backups. But what are you looking for this week with the Falcons versus the Dolphins down in Miami?
Look, I ain't got to see Bijan. He can sit his ass down too, just like Kurt. Because we know what the fuck
Won't play
he is.
Mhm.
I ain't got to see him. He don't need to play. He don't even need to. He don't even show up. He can go home and sit down and sell mustard until the fucking season starts. Because we don't need him out there. We know what he is. He that dude. Another thing. All the people who gonna shit on Penix if he throws a pick. I'm not gonna say when. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he goes out there and looks good. But everybody who goes out there and shit on Penix and then say, "Oh, the Falcons definitely look at him." This shit happens every year. You know what? That's that old media. That's them Twitter fingers, X fingers, whatever fuck you want to call these motherfuckers these days. They gonna shit on him if he do anything. If he throw it in the dirt one time, they gonna shit on him. I mean, am I right? I mean, come on now. You know how they go. I expect him to throw plenty of laser dots out there, though. I expect him to be right on time. I expect Algier to get a lot of burn, probably a lot of Jace McClellan. And then we try to see what those rookies look like. I want to see those rookies get into the quarterback. They should be dominating. If you ask me, we drafted a lot of rookies on that line, and they should be getting in that backfield. So that's what I'm anxious to see, mostly.
It's going to be big this week for Falcon fans looking at that defense because you saw a lot on training camp with Dorless, Trice, getting a lot of reps in with the ones too as well. D'Angelo Malone, I need to see him get off the ball this week too as well. Hopefully he gets a lot of snaps. James Smith-Williams, if he's going to play too as well, I want to see what he has because I know he had a decent little impact in Washington playing alongside Allen and Payne over there. But now he gets a chance to come over here and see what he got. Zoe Carter, if they're going to give him some snaps this week too as well. I think we'll get a chance, Smitty. Do you think we'll get a chance to see who could possibly be a part of the 53 by just knowing, like, if Zoe Carter only gets like 2 snaps on Friday, would you pencil him in as on the 53 if he only gets like 2 or 3 snaps this week?
I think he'll play a little bit more than 2 series as the postseason goes on. He's one of my roster bubble guys, and I think games 2 and 3 he may play the entire second half. Okay. You remember with Michael Walker last year?
Mm-hmm.
They had him on the field a lot the second half and really in all 3 games. So I think Zoe Carter will be put in that same situation simply because of the talent they brought in at the edge position. Same for D'Angelo Malone. Mm-hmm. They've got to see what these guys have because going into the season, you got to add to the pass rush room. You need to know right away.
Falcons, Dolphins, 7 p.m. Terry, what are you looking for this week, man? I know you've been super excited in the chat talking with all the Falcon fans, of course, not only in the Falcon groups, but here on the channel, all the other podcasts you've been on. Terry, what are you looking for this Friday, man?
Well, number one, I'd like to say thank you, Bodie. It's great to have someone on the podcast who curses more than me. I personally appreciate the profanity, and I just think it's great. I think it's great that you're not throwing any penalties today, Jack. I just think it's wonderful, okay? Because, you know,
he better not.
We threw a whistle on Bodie's internet earlier. We threw a flag on Bodie's internet earlier.
Wow, no. In all seriousness, I'm looking forward to the first time Penix just throws a long pass and the crowd is in awe of that arm, right? Because that arm is not only deadly, it is accurate. He throws a very, very beautiful deep ball, okay? If Penix's ball, this is not misogynistic, by the way, but if Penix's ball was a candidate for Miss Universe, it would win every time. Like, it's that pretty of a throw. Like, he just drops it in there because not only does he have velocity, okay, he can make throws, but he has touch, and that's a rare combination. So for me, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the backup running backs get some run. I'm looking forward to see who's going to be the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th receiver. You know, and I'm looking to see that safety situation, how it's going to work out. And that's just me. Jack, what about you? Say you.
Pretty much what I mentioned earlier, man. I want to see, Zoe Carter, D'Angelo Malone. I want to see who's going to be getting a lot of reps between those guys. I kind of got my 53 down. It's just a couple more players I'm looking at. Antonio Hamilton, Harrison Hand, that 4th and 5th corner spot too as well is something I'm looking at. I think outside of DeMarco Helms, Richie Grant, Jesse Bates, have you thought about who the 4th safety might be? It could be Dane Krishnick, Michael Abernathy, Smitty. Have you had anything that you on your notes over there?
I think it's going to be Abernathy because he played last year, so Jerry Gray is familiar with him. So I think he solidified his 4th spot.
Mm-hmm. And that's something to look at too as well. The defensive line, Eddie Goldman. I got to see some reps from old Eddie, man. Because Terry, you saw when I was talking to him Friday at the camp. We talked about here on the podcast. We're rooting for Eddie. You know what I'm saying? We want to see that 2019 Eddie. We want to see Eddie from the past. We want to see that the Chicago Bears Eddie that people knows. If you line up alongside Grady and David and some of those guys, that's a monster. That's the guy you might have to watch for too as well. That run defense.
You remember when I said Anthony Rush was here?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't put up monster number when it came to sacks.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to eating space, opening up gaps for Grady and those guys to run through, he did his job to a T. And I expect that same thing from Eddie Goldman. If he can do that, I think they cooking with fish grease at that tackle position.
And you got Lakel London, Catavia Street too as well. Tyquan Graham, a name that we haven't mentioned here on the channel. Let's go around this quick. The bubble that you talked about earlier. Who are some of the players that you're looking at, Smitty, that you think is going to be on this bubble to make this 53?
You named one already in Lorenzo Carter.
Mm-hmm.
I have Tyquan Graham as well.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, with the recent signing, if he can get back to his ways like he was in Pittsburgh, James Washington has a great chance to make this team. So I would put Rondell Moore on the bubble because other than special teams, what else is he good at? So those are 3 players I would be looking at. Caden Ellis, I think, will play a little bit more outside linebacker, which makes D'Angelo Malone a little bit more expendable. So you can looking at Carter and Malone on the outside simply because you draft Braylon Trice. And Caden Ellis is probably going to move a little bit more to the outside because Bertrand was drafted to play in the middle, so he's going to be backing up Nate Landman and Troy Anderson. So it's going to be a good bit of people on the roster bubble.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. A couple of names that Smitty just mentioned. I definitely am looking forward to seeing them get some snaps this week. Now, don't forget, Falcon fans, they don't do the cuts like they did in the past where it's like cuts on next week Tuesday. They do the cuts at the end of the preseason, so we get a chance to see one big roster dump. But Bradley Anai too as well is a name to watch for. He has some NFL experience here past couple of years, so that's one to look at. Where they're going to have Lakel London. I also mentioned Eddie Goldman. I want to see Zion. Terry loves to play his draft picks. Haven't heard too much information on Zion, but hopefully he gets some heavy reps this week. Rook, of course, he's going to be out there in the 53, but I just want to see what Rook is about this season too.
Say his name.
Ruko.
No, I'm gonna fucking say his name.
Oh wow.
Rook Aurora
is on one tonight.
Rook Aurora.
No. It's Rook Aurora.
Oh, Rook Aurora. Okay.
Yeah, like Rook Aurora.
You gotta say this right. If me and Bodie was on the same podcast, we would get blocked off of YouTube.
Tyquan Graham is somebody to look at. Contavia Street, somebody to look for too as well. Let's see, going over here with the cornerbacks, Natron Brooks, Harrison Hand.
About my Contavia Street. What did he say? What?
Talk about Contavia Street
being cut?
I'll be just on the bubble. I don't technically have Contavia Street on my.
Yeah, I mean he deep in there. We drafted a lot. We drafted a couple of D linemen, so.
I think he makes the squad. Look at what he did last year in limited playing time. I think he's going to take on Graham's spot.
Yeah, I think But
Okay, well, that's good about the competition battles out here, Falcon fans, because this week we get a chance to see them. Who's going to get more playing time in the second and third and fourth quarter to see what Raheem wants? If it's Contavious Street, is it Tyquan Graham? Bodie did mention Zach Harrison. You think he's going to have an explosive season too as well? Terry, we'll get to your answer here shortly. Who do you think is going to be on the roster bubble on your notes over there, Terry? Who's on your roster bubble?
Woo. Wow. I would.
I got Taylor Heineke on the bubble.
I definitely have him on the bubble, but
he can actually get traded today.
Maybe Londell London. Maybe London.
Mm-hmm. Lakel London.
Maybe Lakel London.
Yeah, definitely.
Prince Emil, Kende Ogini.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those three maybe. I think Eddie's going to make the squad. I could be wrong. I think Eddie's going to make the squad. I think
so.
Yeah, looking at Eddie's in shape. Eddie's look good. Eddie's been with the ones, not exclusively, but he has been with the ones. I think Eddie's going to make it. So, honestly, I think that defensive, for the first time, or maybe one of the few times, I think your defensive line will be heavy, meaning we will probably – it's like the year Arthur Smith carried 5 tight ends. Mm-hmm. I think we might have an extra defensive lineman or 2 because the way Raheem runs his defense, you got to have fresh defensive linemen. That's a cornerstone of any Raheem defense. That defensive line is critical.
Mm-hmm. So that's a great point because those last 3 games last year, defense was wore down. The last 3 games because they were exhausted and didn't have depth there. So now they're not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
Now you keep depth at all the defensive end and defensive tackle position. So I agree with that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go ahead, Bodie.
No, I was saying it makes sense. You rotate them out like Kirby Smart does with his defensive line in college. You keep them fresh. It's not the most happening thing. It's a new thing. Most folks will play them till they fall out. But like you said, Smitty, they wore out last year, and they should keep. It's gonna be more on the defensive line this year. So I agree.
If you think about it, it makes sense because you will have injuries. So if you start with 2 more defensive linemen than you normally do, when injuries happen, you probably can adjust to that more. Plus, again, both David and Grady are coming back from injury. You don't want to play them at the clip that you did last year. You don't. So, all of that adds up to, I think we're going to have at least one more tight end, one more defensive lineman than we normally do, possibly 2.
And you mentioned Grady too as well. He wasn't at practice today, but David did come away with a sack at practice today. So that's big to see that David still getting that pressure in that interior line. Bodie?
I wouldn't say, that's what we're doing is smart if we keep defensive linemen like that. And see, Arthur Smith's an idiot for keeping fucking 8 tight ends on the roster. Like we can just run it down the throat. Don't get me started. Go ahead.
Sheesh. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Smitty, we're looking at the tight end room. Of course, Kyle Pitts will be there. Of course, Charlie Warner will be there. If they run with a 3 tight end set, is it Ross or John Fitzpatrick?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say Fitzpatrick, though, because he's a blocking tight end.
Me too.
And that's what he's specifically for. And he's a red zone target. That's what he did at Georgia. So I could see Fitzpatrick taking that 3rd spot.
Yeah.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. Terry, Ross, John Fitzpatrick in the tight end room.
I'm going to go with Smitty and what he said. I'm definitely thinking it's Fitzpatrick because I think he's a blocking tight end. Yeah.
I think Bodie will agree too. He's going to say, he went to Georgia. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs!
Yeah, so did Charlie Warner, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
They were actually teammates.
Say it again.
They were actually teammates.
That's crazy. And Ross, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who the hell he is, but I don't know. I mean, I see that Fitzpatrick put in the work. He's been on the team. He's been on the practice squad and everything. So yeah, put his big 6'7" butt out there. He probably catch a couple touchdowns this year.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Terry, you remember we was at camp a couple weeks ago at was that Buford High School or what is that?
Second year, I think.
Yeah, second year high school. And we was talking to Isaiah Wooden, and we said, "Hey, man, I think your nickname should be Flash."
Mm.
He was like, "Yeah, man, I love that nickname. I'm a roll with it."
Mm.
And then the Falcons cut him the next day.
They flashed him right off the fucking roster, didn't they?
Shit.
Oh, wow.
So Falcon fan.
Wow, that deserves a wow, Jack.
I mean,
prop. That deserves a wow.
You said it.
Bodie, do you want me to? The way you wanted the wow today, I might take this wow off
hit
here
now. Hit the fucking wow. Hit it. Hit it.
Wow.
See, you set it up. You threw the alley oop so we can definitely dunk it down anyway by saying, "Oh, he got a nickname with the Flash." Yeah, you knew you was gonna come back to set it up. His ass got flashed right off the roster. That's just a good joke. It's cool.
Smitty,
you was shitting on him. Don't do that. You know you was.
You mentioned.
Bodie said, not gonna be here anymore. Is what it is.
Smitty, you mentioned Rondo Moore possibly on the bubble. If you're looking at the wide receiver room, is Cordell Hodge on your bubble?
I would say no because he's special team talent.
Okay. Falcon fans.
Now, one guy that's on this list that I think is going to take Rondale Moore's spot is Casey Washington. I've been hearing good things about him all through camp, but I would love to see him and James Washington make this team.
Is that because Casey Washington is doing that well, or is that because Rondale Moore is having a tough time?
I just think he's younger. He's a little bit more physical, and I think you need that from your wide receivers. Rondale Moore is 5'7", about 185. He don't do nothing but hold on to somebody's ankle at the end of the day. If he can't run past you, he might jump over your back like one of the minions on.
Wow!
I got you on that one now. Hold on, this one's for Smitty.
I see. I told you. I tried to tell y'all. Me and Bodie was on the same podcast. We get kicked off.
I mean, you got Bodie back now, so definitely bring him back, man. We need to get Bodie back on some more podcasts. He's been gone for like the past 7 months, and now we get Bodie
back now. Sir. Welcome back. Smitty shot that from the logo, man. Boom.
I mean, let's keep it real. And Rondale Moore has had so many chances to do something, and I know he was a second round pick, but not being a productive member in the league right now, he's a bust. I mean, not a big bust, but he's a bust enough. So I hate to say it, it's the truth. Voice of the voiceless. I'm not people saying it.
Honestly, Bodie, what can you expect from him other than screen passing?
Yeah,
exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Being 5'7", right? Being 5'7".
Yeah,
Arizona didn't set him up for much success over there. Do you think it's possible that Kirk can get Rondo more back in stride to what he can do?
Oh yeah, because it's like throwing to a running back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if he's having trouble picking up the offense, but we've all seen him at practice.
We saw that dime he had over AJ at the high school.
That like he said on the movie, that boy got talent. That boy got talent.
Kyler Murray is no scrub. He was getting passes from him too, and it just wasn't working out. You know, the talent, the cream will rise to the top. All right, you saw something in him. Not saying he ain't gonna make the team because he's definitely talented. He's fast. You know, he's a weapon if you use him right. But we got guys like, we can use Mooney in the screen. Mooney's fast as shit too. Like we got Casey Washington, Bijan, of course.
He catches last year, so he's going to be a factor in the passing.
For sure. I mean, he just got other options. Hopefully he can stick on, but we'll see.
And we didn't lose, and we gave him Desmond Ritter. So what did we lose?
Yeah. Shit.
Smitty going to T1. Then Bodie, what is your concern of this team so far? I mean, we talk about the positives, but what is your concern?
That cornerback 2 position.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see who's going to step up and take that cornerback 2 position. Because you still have guys like Stephon Gilmore out there. You still have Justin Simmons who can play the other safety position. So if they are unsure about that other safety position or that cornerback 2 position, you still have veterans out there. But one player that I want y'all to keep an eye on, Antonio Hamilton. His best 2 seasons were the last 2 years, so it seems like he's finally grasping playing in the NFL with Arizona last year. So he's one of those guys that could possibly battle for that number 2 position and have Clark Phillips in the slot where I think he fits best.
T. Will, what are your concerns for the team this year? Or so far, not just going through the whole season.
I think pretty much everyone else. Let me get my bulletproof vest for all these shots being fired.
Shit.
It's okay. I'm just serious. No, but no, serious. Cornerback 2, obviously. I wouldn't say a concern, but I'm intrigued, so to speak. Slot. How's it gonna work? What are we gonna do? Maybe Richie's progression, because I think Richie can progress. Sometimes guys, you just need to hear the right voice. So, I think that's my concern. But I'm really excited about where this team can go. Because I think in most of Raheem's defenses, they play a large percentage of zone. So that covers Richie. You know what I mean? And obviously not in every scenario. Maybe you can swap guys out. I'm not as worried about that, maybe, as I should be. I don't know. I'm not as worried about that because I know Raheem can scheme and kind of steer defenses to his personnel, right? So it's a bit of a concern, but not much. I am interested. Now, after seeing Caleb McGarry, that's a big dude, man. I did not know that dude was that big. So I'm not as concerned. I'm still a little concerned about his pass blocking.
I mean, he got all the physical talent, but
I'm not as concerned.
I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him running through the mud because he can't pick his feet up.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was about to say. He got 2 left feet. Like he gonna get to spent around like the Spinneroonie, like Booker T.
He jumping in the swimming pool. He gonna float straight to the bottom.
Hey, all I know is he better take the damn center blocks out of his goddamn feet.
Boy,
bring out the damn roaster Caleb McGarry out of it for no reason. I guess.
Wow.
Can I keep it real for him?
Yeah, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Otherwise, in those concerns, you have anything else here? We'll go to the next one here, man.
No, I feel good about it, man. I think the offense will play. I think the defense will play. What most people don't understand is we have a very good front seven. I don't know if I'm going to say best in the league right now, but we have a very, very, very serviceable front seven. We have great linebackers, not good, great. We have really, really good interior defensive linemen. We have exterior defensive linemen, some of whom are good, some of whom are new. All are hungry. So I'm ready to go, man. That's just me.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Bodie, your concern.
Hey, you keep saying that. Let me fix it up for you. All y'all in the chat right now, if y'all follow me, Smitty Sports Machine, y'all please go to One Time for the Fan. They're almost at 1,000 subs. Please go hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for the algorithm. Help them get to 1,000 subs. We're gonna throw a party.
Hey, we're gonna throw a party on the 17th. Matter of fact, we might be able to get there before the 17th. We got less than 40 subscribers away. So Falcon fans, heard what Smitty said. Hit the like, share, subscribe.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was sending Bodie to the barbershop. Bodie, 3,000.
Sheesh.
What are your concerns, my brother, for this team?
Well, my concern is somebody with McDonald's sign in his head talking shit about my hair. That's my concern.
Wow.
Damn. I mean, when the last time you seen a barbershop, Jack? I mean, shit.
Man. Oh.
God. The only time I ever paired that, to throw the pair of clippers at your head. Anyway.
I don't want to smoke with Bodie. I'm just
he just said get the lawnmower ready.
God.
Yeah. Hey, Chad, tell him to take their hat off right now. I bet. I dare you.
Oh, we good. We straight. We in the game.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
Hey, Jack. Hey, go on and join the ball team, my brother.
Just let it go.
I had to fight with it too.
Hey. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm good. I
think you better let it
over there
go.
like, come on, Jack. I'm already here. Like, I'm Terry.
Let it go.
Hey, bro.
Terry,
I'm telling you, don't get into no argument, because as soon as Steph Curry step back and shoot that 3 from your high line, you're gonna be hot.
Oh my God. Wow.
It's a wow for that shit.
Wow. Come on.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's all love though, cause I got a bald spot right there.
Damn.
Oh,
Well,
It ain't love. I got hair. Fuck Jack. I got hair.
I got the George Jefferson look. So if I grow mine out, there's nothing here. It's all business and party on the side and the back. So
All right.
it's all right.
I got hair.
It's okay.
You still be dabbling just for men in there in them little spots, Jack? Like you trying to fill it in, fill in the holes.
Woo!
I don't know, the Beijing. I don't know.
Bodie,
Maybe
the
you had
sponsors
two
are
things.
watching. Bodie, the sponsors are watching.
I think- Yeah. You trying to get just for men sponsored. I get it.
man, look,
we
I'm
need-
telling you,
We need like a
I don't.
razor
I
sponsor.
tried not to go in this direction because I know it would go left quick. Let's stick to Falcons football.
Oh,
What the fuck? What was the question?
Your concerns for this team, and then we'll get to Dre Harrison's question in the chat.
Yeah. Wipe your eyes. I know you're crying. My concern for the team is, I know that I know Terry said we got a great front seven, and we do. We do. I like our front seven. My concerns is this. I mean, we got better in the sack department last year, but that's my biggest concern because that front seven controls everything.
Yeah.
And we can't get to the quarterback, and I mean at a top 10 rate at this point. We had Terry up here, been trying to build a defense all these years. Hopefully it pays off. I just need the payoff. I'm tired of being subpar when it comes to sacks. We was in the middle of the pack last year with sacks. That's not good enough either. It's not going to get it done. Because then we have games that we're dominating, we're getting to the quarterback, then we have games where we don't. That's what that means. I'm just not consistent. So I need top 10 production sacks. I need it.
And
I
Bodie,
need
that had to do with ball control. You
Yeah.
know, when
Hey,
stay
when
on the field too long.
your quarterback throwing fucking interceptions and doing booty shots and shit and falling in the rain and throwing red zone picks and fucking looking get all kind of shit. They put a lot of fucking pressure on your defense. So it makes it easier for offenses to fucking carve you up. That's why it's so much. The fact that we got a better quarterback this year is really going to affect the defense. I can almost guarantee you our defense is going to be better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, because of our quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's like just a real thing.
Put up a lot more points too as well with Kirk Cousins. Get the defense in those 3-and-out situations. It'll help you out. You talked about the sacks too as well, Bodie, and that could be concerning to some fans because they do want to see some. I mean, some fans do want to see us get back over 42 sacks, but we was one sack away technically from looking at making the playoffs. You would have got Josh Dobbs down, you probably would have had a playoff run. You would have got Kyler Murray down, you probably would have had a playoff run. So one sack could have helped inside of that too as well. So even with the pick that Desmond Ridder threw or whatever happened on the side, you could have got Dobbs down if you would have sacked him. If you would have got Kyler Murray down.
Breakdown too, Jack.
Go ahead.
If you Arthur Smith, you got to have D'Angelo Malone on the field. Point blank period.
Yeah, Western Kentucky sack leader, and we still haven't seen the
34 sacks, I think it was 32 or something like that. You can't teach that, man. I don't care what level you play.
Arthur Smith too busy throwing to the third string tight end with the second string tight end. So you do that.
Arthur Smith throwing touchdown passes too.
Shit. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. T Will. Then we head over here to Smitty and then Bodie. What players do you see surprising in the first preseason?
I first want to say pause for Bodie's booty shots comment.
Shit.
I didn't put it out there. I got you back, buddy. I got you. Pause.
That's what he was doing.
Pause.
Shit.
Pause. Okay. No. All right. Here's the question again. What players do you foresee surprising? I think, and they don't have to be young, right? I think the guy, James Washington, is a really, really good defensive end. If you look at his tape,
James Smith Williams.
Okay, that guy. You know what I meant, Jack. You know,
James Washington, wide receiver.
Wide receiver don't play linebackers.
Yeah, I remember you called Zach Taylor Jordan Taylor the first time. I was like, Jordan Taylor's on our team? No, you called Zach Robinson Jordan Taylor. It's like, who's Jordan Taylor?
Names are not my forte. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, and I'm not throwing this out here for sympathy, I'm just being honest. I had a stroke about 10 years ago, and my memory it's not great. Okay, it's not. I butcher names. but you know what I mean, Jack, because you hang with me all
I
the
was
time.
glad to have you here still with us, Tim.
You know, and I agree. I agree, sir. I agree. Who the hell are we talking about? James Smith. What'd you say?
Williams, James Smith Williams.
Him, that dude, Himothy. I think he is a very, very good defensive end. When you watch his tapes, a lot of his highlights, the one thing he does well is he contains the edge. He contains the quarterback in there. He knows how to take him down. And I think he's going to do great. From what I've seen of him in practice, he's always where he needs to be. I am really, really, really excited about him on defense. On offense, I don't think it's a surprise. I just think we're going to see just how great Drake and Pitts are because they got somebody that can get them the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They got somebody that can get them the ball on time where it needs to be. And I think they are going to go bananas. And, yeah. So I don't know if they're going to be a surprise. I think the rest of the league is in for it because we got the triplets, which is, if you don't know, Bijan, Kyle, and Draco. But we got somebody that can get them the ball. We got an offensive coordinator that can scheme it up. And I think we are going to kick some righteous ass. So that's how I feel about it. Whoever's next, go. I talked
Smith.
I think I want to see what JT Bertrand is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nate Lamb on the side of a 1-year deal. So they're giving him another year to prove himself. And I want to see him get more playing time down the road, especially if Caden Ellis is going to play more outside than inside this year. So JT Bertrand on defense, who I would like to see. They say he's a tackling dummy. I would love to see it. On offense, I'm going to go Carlos Washington Jr. I saw him at practice the other day. He was cutting and hitting holes like he was running from the Red Dogs. But I think somebody got to win that. Somebody got to win that number 3 position. It's going to be him or Jace McKellen from Alabama. But I would love to see how that third running back is going to shake out, especially with Tyler Algier almost on the contract. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bodie?
I think those 3 defensive players, well, we drafted more than 3, but the first 3 defensive players we drafted, Price, Root, and Dorless. I want to see what they got. I want to see one or all of them show up early and often and be hungry. Because like I said before, we needed our front 7. It looks good on paper, but I need to see it. I'm not a believer until it ain't nothing against these guys. It's just I'm just a scarred fan. Okay, I've been going through this shit. I ain't seen good sack play since I want to say Vic Beasley, but god damn it. Ugh. That sucks to say. I fucking don't even get me started there.
You mention that name, that's automatic dismissal.
You're right. I deserve 10 lashings. That's fucked up. Anyway, I ain't saying it since.
My name is Bodie, and I've been watching the Falcons defense since 2018.
I ain't saying it since Abraham.
Yeah,
that was a consistent sack. Like that was when last time I really remember seeing it. I want one of those guys to. I mean, they ain't gonna beat Abraham, but maybe they will.
Get out by Braylon Trice though. That first step of his, he's gonna make some noise.
I think so. He's gonna get some burn. And on offense, I think is his name Casey Washington,
the
receiver.
Washington. Yep.
I want to see him. I want to see him make some plays. I want to see him do something. He got a good chance too. I know we signed a veteran, James Washington, all these Washingtons. But, and James Washington actually is produced in this league, so he's not, he'll be right in the mix. But I want to see Casey do something.
You guys think that Rondale Moore is in danger of not making this team? Do you think? And I say that because we signed not 1 but 2 receivers, right? So there had to be a reason for it. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Do you guys think that even after we traded for him, and do you think he could be cut? And
I mean, Smitty made a good point earlier, but the 2 guys were probably brought in to look at the depth chart. I remember Isaiah Wooden was let go shortly right after that. So it could be that they needed more, comp in that You know, in
The one thing that would save Rondale Moore is the new kickoff rule. You see, you can't run and you can't move until they catch the football. 5-7, you can squiggle through. It's just like a really advanced running play now. So
but that's the thing.
You can even see Bijan on kick return.
I wouldn't, but that's the thing. You and we got Ray back there. We got Williams back there. More gonna have to probably try to do special team type. Otherwise, I can't. I mean, we didn't sign Washington and that other guy for nothing. We just didn't. But we signed him for comp because they expected him to step up. They expected Rondale Moore to step up, and I think they signed him for comp to push Rondale to be his best self. Otherwise, you're gonna get cut.
That would show you that the team is not just built off speed, because this is a guy that came out of Purdue with a 4.29. That this team is built around a lot more of what Kirk Cousins can do, like what Zach Robinson can do. And that's good to see, because Bodie, you mentioned it before. Pitts could be the number 2 this year. I mean, you talked about
the number 1 target. Let's keep it real. Pitts is the number 1 target.
Should be.
Let's keep it real.
Well, let's keep it right there. If Pitts is number 1 target, I mean, look at the list of who Kirk has to throw to. Mooney, Pitts. You have Drake London. Also, wherever can what's the guy's name? Ray can get in too as well. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. They're going to use them heavy this season. So
I'm here to tell you though. Drake London's getting 100 catches this year. It's going to happen. I see how I saw the aura in his eyes when he was throwing to him. I saw it all the way down on the field. Like he was looking, and Drake was going to get him. He was going up there and getting that ball. He was catching it, man. It was great. He's going to catch 100 passes this year, and he's going to break out. And he's going to look good.
To Drake London. That sideline throw to Drake London, that ball placement, it was right there. And nobody catch it but Drake.
Was that the touchdown you talking about? He threw?
No, when AJ was guarding him.
Okay.
And he threw it over the back shoulder, and he was the only one that could catch it.
Yeah.
So and Rondale Moore, the only way he would be effective in this offense, if he can beat somebody deep or he's a good run out to the catch guy. I still haven't seen it in Arizona. If he can become a run out to the catch guy, which means he catch slants, quick outs, and things of that nature, I think it'll be effective. But if you want him to run post seams and seam routes, that's not him because he's too small. So it's just only certain ways you can use him.
Yeah, like a drag, like you said, a drag.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. So.
Tony Wright said Damone Harris, Lakel London, Willington Previn, and Tommy Togoloa will be released. Smitty, you think these guys are on the list?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damian Harris and Lakel London were here last year. Lakel London actually played pretty good during the season as a backup. So but he'll still be let go because of what we brought in. Yeah.
Grady and David went down. Lakel London and Street definitely stepped up. But looking at the roster right now, we are stacked at that D-line position too as well. Bodie, agree? Some of these guys right here could be cut?
I don't know who them cats are.
Shit!
Wow! Damn!
Damn! No. I do. But yeah, like you said, those I can't. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of all of this, we said once we saw who we had, we said somebody that was decent from last year is going to get cut. They're going to have to, and they're probably going to be picked up on another NFL roster. And I think that Lakel London seems like he'd be a candidate for that. So I would agree.
There's a lot of competition battles to look at, Falcon fans. But remember, there is no cuts happening on Tuesday next week. So just be prepared. Just be prepared for what happens at camp this week. Plus, they're going to have the joint practice with the Dolphins. So we'll be back Wednesday night with another podcast to talk about the practice there. I think the Falcons are looking good going into this week against the Dolphins. There's still some things they have to work out. Terry, Smitty, and Bodie. Going to Smitty first. Smitty, do you think the Falcons will sign somebody before the end of the preseason? Do you think they're looking at anybody, of course, at the veteran free agents that's still available, somewhere that they can upgrade maybe with a pass rusher or a cornerback? I mean, they did go bring in James Washington the other week. So they are looking at the wide receiver room. A fan did point out that, hey, Raheem and Terry, they're still trying to cook here a week before going into the Dolphins game. Do you think they're looking at somebody else?
only if an injury occurs or they can open up enough cap space.
Mhm.
If they can open up enough cap space, I can see them making a major move. Because, like I said, man, you put Justin Simmons on this team and what they have right now, that helps the young guys, the young cornerbacks. That helps AJ because you got Jesse on one side, Justin on the other. I think it's a no-brainer at that point. That will also help the young pass rush. So Justin Simmons could be the key defensive player to unlock this team.
Bodie 3000. Falcons brought in James Washington last week. No other moves actually since that moment. But what do you see the Falcons doing going before the season starts against the Steelers? Could they bring in a pass rusher? Could they sign another offensive lineman, you think? Is there anybody that you have in mind, Bodie?
I think if they really wanted somebody, they would have got him by now.
Mhm.
I think there's something got to happen, like an injury or somebody just go out there and get their ass toasted. That'd be the only reason that we would really bring in a bigger name or maybe something like that. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I think they like the roster. I really do. I think they like what we got.
That's good to see. That's good to see. T. Will, any names out there you want the Falcons to look at, or are you just waiting for the season to start?
Well, I mean, so there could be a cap casualty, right? So, let's say somebody comes available that wasn't available before. I could see them doing that. But as far as anybody else, I agree with Bodie. If they were going to sign somebody, they're out there, they would have done it. So I think right now it's pretty much we're going to go with what we got. And if something like just that's too good to resist comes available, then we'll jump on it. That's pretty much what I think will happen.
Falcon fans, this is great talking Falcons football. Turned a 1 hour podcast into almost 2 hours, but it's good when you have Smitty, Sports Machine over here talking Falcons football, and then the return of Bodie 3000. It's been great, man. And Bodie, of course, we have a game coming up this week, so we probably will be. Smitty, what are you doing this Friday? You going live, or what you got going on over there?
Probably someone acting retarded. But if y'all can start by 10, I'm good to go.
Okay.
10:30, I'm good to go.
Well, we're looking into probably, if I could finish my golf game in time before the game starts at 7, then we might even just go live and do the live stream there too as well. Bring some people in here, bring some podcasters in, come talk some Falcons football. It's the preseason. I'm not going to be down there in Miami, but a lot of people in the chat here is going to be down in Miami. We might even be able to check in with them too as well at the game. But if you guys are available Friday, come on back. Let's do a live stream and let's find out what these Falcons are looking like, man.
Just send me the link. Just send me the link. I'll jump in when I can.
Oh yeah, Jack, you said you was gonna whoop Big Low's ass at golf again. Is that what you said?
I have a different group this week. I'm trying to work on.
Hey, y'all is not finna do Big Low like that. He got to be able to defend himself.
Should we call him? Should we call him and tell him?
Hey, go ahead, call him right now.
Like,
I want to see it.
World, bro.
I want to see it.
You're gonna get whooped in golf this week. What?
I want to see it.
Well, I'm gonna do what he would do. I'm gonna do what he would do.
What you talking about, bro?
I want to
apparently you play golf now. That's your thing.
Well,
I've been going there. Now all of a sudden you play golf.
Gotta pick up, a new sport here, man. I'm trying to be the next Tiger, man. They're looking for one.
Yeah, damn. So you was carrying a caddy one day, and now all of a sudden you play golf.
Damn,
that's fucking tough.
Somebody told me he got to swing like Charles Barkley, but I ain't gonna say who.
Damn.
But
hey,
they caught that man out there. They caught that man out there picking up aluminum cans and said, "Hey, we need one more."
To the Charles Barkley comment, there's many. I can actually, as long as the ball goes straight and towards the hole, that's where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about the swing, no matter about the forward technique. That ball launches 330 yards. There it is.
You swing that club, pause, swing through,
and then the club go with it.
Wow, it's
goofy.
Oh my God, it's good to have Bodie 3000 back. Chat hit the like. What's up, Terry?
It's almost worth seeing some video evidence. I don't know, fellas, how y'all feel about that? You think we need to see some video maybe in the next couple of weeks of?
The TikTok is up.
Jack?
The
I don't
TikTok
want to
is
see my
up.
eye. No, you finna mess my
TikTok is up. I
eyesight
have
up.
the videos up, man. I'm 404 golf, man. 404 golf, man. We are out here. We're going to all
Have
the
you
golf
out here?
courses.
I want to see you out here drinking wine and shit, thinking you can play some golf. I do not want to see
Yeah.
that shit. I don't think America don't want to see that shit. We're gonna lose
Look.
subscribers if we put that footage on this goddamn channel.
We're teeing off this year in Carolina.
We're like
We know how we
38
going
subscribers
tomorrow.
away. Oh no, now 39. Oh no, now 40. Oh no, now.
Oh
What the fuck are we talking about here?
Bodie 3000 is back one time for the fan. Good to
Get this
have
man
you
out of here, man.
Bodie.
That's when y'all see that pause in the swing. Just yell Charles Barkley.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
After the podcast, Bodie's gonna put his work shirt on and open the door and go back into the office. I'm sure he's probably in the break room right now.
Yeah. Nah, I'm in here mixing a hair concoction for you. It's his new recipe. That's why I've been going so long. I'm trying to help you out, brother.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all
Bodie 3000 is back. Raymond Collins in the chat. Look, there's a lot of people here in the chat. Fogle the Great is in the chat. Tony Wright, Dre the Boxer, Raymond Collins, Beats. What's up? Beats 925 Entertainment is in the chat too as well. William Amy is in the chat. Lord
Agree,
is in the
Beats. I agree.
Big shout out to everybody that's here, rocking with One Time for the Fan, rocking with Smitty's Sports Machine, rocking with T Will for my ATO Sports, and then rocking with Bodie. Don't forget, Bodie, it's getting close to the winter, so you might want to go ahead and promote your your
You can't even get it out. It's terrible. You know what? Go back to your golf.
God.
Matter of fact,
Hey, Jack,
you got a couple of clubs in the lake. You need to go fish out.
Like you got a competitor in the chat. Raymond Collins said he gonna have to go get his club back up.
Oh boy!
It's whatever. It's whatever for anybody that wants to go out there and play some golf. I mean,
hey Ray, he light work. He light work, Ray.
I'm telling you, man. I'm the next Tiger Woods, man.
I don't think y'all see. I don't think I'll see East Lake Meadows no time soon. But
no, you didn't shit your mouth saying that dumb shit. Oh my god!
Fucking fans.
Don't you dare utter the great Tiger Woods name and mention you next to it.
Hey, Bodie, we gonna be out. Bodie, we gonna be out there in the background. Barkley.
Crazy thing is, Charles will come out there and whoop his ass on the court. On the course.
Oh my God, I can't even get out what I want to say. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe. Smitty Sports Machine. Smitty, where can we find you on social media? I'm sure a lot of people here in the chat that do not know about you want to know about you.
You can find me on Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube at FatBoySlam_21 right there on Twitter or X or whatever y'all want to call it. Pause. And you can also catch me on the 95 North Sports Machine Tuesdays and Sundays in prime time. Oh, and NFC South Roundtable Tuesday at 7:30 as well.
Y'all can see it right there on the screen. Smitty's Sports Machine. You definitely
busy man.
And hit that subscribe button, man. To get to 11,000 subscribers where he's at, you do a great job with the content that you drop. You talk Falcons football all day, every day. And big shout out to Birdo.
Tony Wright, well. Big low charge, $50 for autograph, so he didn't sign none.
Sheesh. You should have seen him. Because you walked over there to our section to come do an interview, and fans looking around like, who is that? One of the players up here trying to talk to them?
Hey,
who is that guy?
You see that? Did you see that picture we took? I had to sneak through the middle because I was so short. I just snuck through the middle and stood up and did like this, and then walked off so they wouldn't charge me.
I know how you feel, Smitty. I felt that way when we were signing players, and because I'm the shortest one in the bunch, so I get it. I understand. We're for the little people. For the little people, I get it. I understand.
It's great to have everybody here on the show. Let's go ahead and get to the shout out so we can wrap this up. T Will, a matter of fact, Bodie 3000.
Yes, yes.
You had a lot to say today, sir. So let's see about your shout out list.
Hey man. Shout out to you finding a barber. Matter of fact, you don't need a barber. You need a weed whacker for that shit. Like you need I don't know. I got a DeWalt tool in the back. Maybe you can actually do something with that.
Damn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we need a fucking drill for your
You
shit.
get extra points for
Anyway,
mentioning the brand. You get extra points for mentioning the brand.
shout out to
Man,
Walt. They don't sponsor me.
That man said a drill. God damn.
A drill to get that shit off.
Home Depot.
Yeah. You know
What
what?
if you got the podcast and be like, yeah, killed him tonight. Been gone for 6 months.
Hey, that's my deal. Anyway, nah, man. Shout out to Falcon fans, all the optimistic Falcon fans who looking for W's and success this season. I see it coming. Yeah, y'all keep your head up. This gonna be one of the better seasons we had. I feel this one. Like the rest of them, I wanted to be so optimistic about our quarterback play and other things after Matt Ryan left, but we knew it was gonna be hard. But we tried to stay up, and I mean, it's okay. Everybody, it's okay to say that Desmond Ridder is ass cheeks McGee. Okay, he is ass. Like this dude sucks. He fucking sucks. I wish I could find that article. He sucks. Anyway, there's an article just getting on him, just fucking roasting his ass. But 2024 is it's gonna be a great year. Don't make me laugh, Terry.
Terry, you gonna need a jack to keep your because your jaw gonna lock up. You've been laughing so hard.
Hey, get that man a pump. He got a breath over there. Get that man an inhaler.
Boy, he need an oxygen tank.
This ass cheeks McGee.
Dude sucks. I can't bake I put my stamp of approval on that piece of shit.
Okay, here we go, Falcon fans. I like that shit.
Hey, he don't watch the show. Who you pandering for, Jack?
Hey, Bodie. And he had a nerve to leave town without thanking the fans.
Yeah, he didn't thank the fans. Fuck that dude.
I remember when I mentioned that too, Smith.
Thank you, Atlanta, for giving me a chance. Because we gave you a chance, motherfucker.
You gotta at least thank the fans, bro.
He didn't thank the fans. Fuck him.
He got a nerve to have 2 numbers on his jersey in Arizona. He don't even play good enough for one.
God damn, you need to be 00, you sorry sack of shit. Anyway,
fans. One time for the fans.
Shout out to getting rid of his ass. Yeah, no. Success. We're gonna have success this year. It's gonna be a great year. Rise up.
T Will. Shout out
to the ER tonight, cause boy, he gonna be there a fucking heart attack over there.
That man chest hurt.
LBB, if you're in the chat, you want to go ahead and get the paramedics on standby. You might want to go ahead and head over there toward the McDonald's.
He got on the computer screen. All he gotta do is hit that tablet sitting right behind him. He'll call the police.
I tell you who can't hit a target. Desmond Ridder, sorry ass. God. Hit that like us. You tell him to hit that like and subscribe button. He gonna miss it.
That dude can even piss straight in the toilet.
Oh my God! Where did the roast of Ritter just come from?
I don't know.
Oh, I've been holding that in for 8 months.
Let's go, Smitty. Let's go.
They got that one too.
I had to defend myself all season against Ritter because I gave him the business, but I got cussed out for it, but I didn't care because I know he wasn't nothing.
Yeah. I know. Let it go, Falcon fans. Here we go. Okay. Terry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do we have to call?
No. We're okay. We're okay. Wow. You know what? I think I got my workout in.
You know he lied because he finna start right back to laugh as soon as I said something.
I'm not, and I was not ready for the onslaught of Bodie and Uncle Smitty today. Like, damn. Okay.
Everybody that follow me, they know foolishness comes every once in a while.
No, man, but I've never seen an onslaught. It's like Bodie is like he's distributing the ball and then he's taking shots and then he's hitting you with it and it's like
and then I throw Smitty a lob and he dunked that bitch.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
He like Shaq.
Well, honestly, if you ain't never seen me, Uncle Steve, and Big Low on the same channel at the same time,
I have. But here's the thing with you, Big Low and Uncle Steve. You typically pass the ball. Smitty, you taking shots today, brother. You taking shots.
Oh, I do that anyway. I just know when to do it.
Way down.
When to do it.
Oh my God. All right. No, and I'll say, what the hell are we doing? Shout outs? Okay, shout outs. Number one, thank you to the fans. Really enjoy you guys. Cannot do this without you. Good to meet some of you while we were at the Falcons practice, at the Benz, and at Seconder. And looking forward to seeing you during the season, man. Looking forward to a successful season. Let's kick some ass. Let's win 12 games. Fuck the Saints. And it's really going to sound bad because now I'm about to thank God. But I want to thank God for
You're a hypocrite.
Smith just called him out for it. Oh God.
Oh, it's all love. It's all love.
Lord know your heart. I guess.
He does know my heart. You people can't judge me, whatever. But anyway, no, seriously, thank God, because without him, I wouldn't be here. I appreciate it. As always, gentlemen, thank you. This has been a great, great, great day. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed podcasting with you guys. And my cheeks are red because I've been laughing. So anyway, last but not least, Jack, appreciate you, man. Couldn't do this without you. And hey, as long as you keep inviting me, I'll keep coming back. With no further ado, Jack, we'll get to you, sir. Your shout out.
Big shout out to everybody who went on the party bus over the weekend. That was Saturday night. The Rise Up Tour fan club. Once again, let me go and put this banner down. I know what Bodie's gonna say. The Rise Up Tour fan club once again doing it big. Had the Go-Go party bus. Big shout out to Farrah, everybody over there at the Go-Go team.
Go-Go.
You guys did a great
That don't
job this
sound right.
weekend helping with us. Huh?
Go-Go
What
don't
happens to
sound
it?
right.
What happens, Smitty?
Go-Go don't sound right.
The Go-Go? Oh, that's they call it the Go-Go party bus.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the name of the company.
Y'all got some scruples on there.
Had a what on there?
Y'all got some scruples on there.
We ain't had no scribbles on there, but I'm sure anybody who does rent the Go-Go party bus, you might be able to put some on there. They do have
Man, I ain't
polls
trying
on
to get
there
these
too,
folk
so.
put out. I was just joking.
Wow.
Hey Jack, ain't Go-Go the name of that damn hair gel you tried the other week?
Wow.
That didn't work.
Stop it, ladies and gentlemen. He's on fire. He's on fire.
I knew I should never give you that ticket on Friday. I knew I should never give you that ticket. When you called me and said you outside the gate, I was gonna say, yeah, how hot is it out there? All right, I'll be out there in like 30 minutes.
And then he had to get off the scaffold for cleaning the windows and come let me in. God damn it!
Falcon fans,
Terrible.
As it is in here. I can tell you that.
everybody who went on the party bus over
He was out there with the squeak, 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 squeak.
man. Big shout out to everybody. As you can see, even Auntie Pam was out there too as well. A lot of the Rise Up Tour fan club members went to go.
Y'all had Auntie Pam hanging all here. I'm finna get in some trouble.
Shout out to Pam.
Auntie Pam can party now. Let me tell you something. She loves being on the road with the Atlanta Falcons. She loves to show up to a lot of these events. We talk to her too as well from time to time. And of course, you know, she has her podcast.
I bet she'll fucking nigga up on the spade table too.
Hey,
oh hell yeah!
Tell you something. Auntie Pam, you want them type on the spade table, Auntie Pam?
Oh, I know it. She ain't got to tell me. I know.
I know
Auntie
she
Pam,
from
you on
my
the spades like
hometown.
that?
She from my hometown, Columbus. I know she'll fuck you up on the spades table. I know that.
Spades and bid whiz. You got to watch for one. You got to watch for Auntie Pam on that. Okay. I'm gonna let the group know that too as well. As soon as they bring the cards out, somebody want to play spades and Auntie Pam roll up. Nah, we ain't doing that. I know she got money on her. We ain't doing that. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We have the bus trip coming up to Carolina too as well for Falcon fans that want to head on the road to go watch the Falcons beat up on the Panthers. It is October 13th. It's a day trip heading up to Carolina there and back. Of course, we have a tailgate too as well.
Hold on, what that fine print say? Stopping on along the way at a toupee shop. What is it?
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Right here at the bottom, you can sign up at the riseuptourfanclub.com.
Yeah, zoom in. I read that wrong. My bad.
I thought it said Scribbles wanted. I couldn't.
Damn.
Scribbles want it. They got to be 40 and up or pregnant.
Miss Pam said she learned from her husband, rest in heaven.
Learn from her
Shout out
husband.
to Miss Pam. Shout out to Miss Pam.
Big shout to Miss Pam
I
too.
told you she could play spades. I told you.
I just want to say that I'm
Didn't I tell you?
at all Rise Up Tour activities. So I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? I'm not bragging.
Terry, you saw firsthand when it comes to playing spades who gets the job done. You saw me against who was that? Thomas and can't remember. Oh, Michael Nellums from the Rise Up Tour fan club at the cookout.
Right.
Where they was over there trying to count my books and look at my hands. I'm like, you can't. Why didn't you play that? Why didn't you play that? Like, I'm winning. What are y'all worried about?
Right.
I'm over here winning.
Right.
You know. Oh, how the hell did the 9 of diamonds just win? You better know the game. How did the 9? Huh?
No, I was saying he go Jack selling cars again.
Terry, how did the 9 of diamonds win? You sat there and saw it. I didn't count that as a book.
And you're right, it didn't. And sometimes it works that way. But I'm just saying, Jack, I'm undefeated, right?
Thomas talking across the board. Look at the board. How did the 9 of diamonds win the book? That's the question.
Here's the thing about that, right? You got to be careful. You can't signal. And I don't remember. I'm not saying you guys were talking across the board, but you have to be careful in that. But even with that being said, Jack,
good players know how to talk across the board without talking across the board.
No, but even better players don't have to because they can count cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, let me tell you something. 52 cards in the deck. There's so many spades, there's so many diamonds, so many hearts, so many clubs. So if you can count cards, I don't need to know what you have in your hand because my partner and I can play. If we can read people and read how you play, right? Some people, I don't even have to play the cards. I said, don't start talking shit, little brother. I said
Eric Parker said undefeated. He's in the chat. He's one of the 80-some people watching. He's like, wait a minute, undefeated?
Don't act like
nah, bro.
Your ass is space, Eric.
Terry, undercover scammer. Y'all got to watch him.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Terry over here side hustling. You know your little LBBs in here is gonna be an argument now. I can't wait to get Eric Parker on the podcast again.
On my team. Why? Why, Eric? Why?
Terry was that guy in the Hangover when they were counting cards and winning.
I'm just, bro.
And you know Eric is gonna definitely remember this. We bring him back to the podcast. He's gonna talk Falcons football and he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, and the Falcons going 17-0." Matter of fact, Terry, what the hell did you say last week on the podcast about you being undefeated on the spades? That's Eric Parker for you, man. I saw y'all arguing the other day. I had to step back.
And that's why
I can believe that one because I don't believe that one, Terry, because sometimes you're gonna get that bad hand when you ain't got not one book.
Mm-hmm. I get it, right?
Really?
But what I'm saying is, if you can read your cards, right? If you see, like for example, if I got an ace and a king and I got 6 diamonds, I'm not counting the king.
Mm-hmm.
There are only 12 diamonds. However, I'm not counting the king, right? Because you got 3 other players, it's going to get cut. So I don't have to talk cross board.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. That's a golden rule.
And Eric knows it too. Damn it. Next time we sit up at that space table, boy.
You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Big shout to Ron in the chat. We have a Aints fan in the chat.
And I'm like,
Jordan Burden.
That's a lie, Eric. That's a lie. Stop it.
Don't know where he came from, but welcome to One Time for the Fan. We're here talking Falcons football. We're talking about how we're pretty much beating you guys 31-10.
Eric said you like 1-20. I believe him.
That is not
shit.
Shit.
That is not true. Eric, I'm gonna kick you.
Damn, he said
you got to bring old LBB up here.
Yeah. Man, he said you were to the 76 bucks.
You know what? Why don't we have a spades game? Why don't we have a spades game, little brother? And we can see about it. Since you want to call me out, we can see about it.
He called you I-20. That's tough.
Lisa Shepard said nothing must be going on in Aintville. We know what Olave said. Damn, that question that they asked Chris Olave the other day about what makes him believe this team is going to be good. Any type of play or anything in the preseason, anything in the training camp that's making him believe that this team has the wow factor. Chris Olave said no, just the crawfish. That's right. About it.
Damn.
Just the crawfish.
Sound like he's just hungry. He's just ready to go eat.
Who can't be real? He know they're going to be ass cheeks. That's tough.
You say ass cheeks, McGee? And what you said,
Cheeks McGee.
Jeff Wilson saying he's playing for the
first
pick.
Cheeks McGee.
Get him.
I have a feeling that Carr will play the first time against us. Was that week 4, week 5? And then Spencer Rattler
won't have a job by week 5. Put
yeah.
He's gonna get fired.
That's how we head down to New Orleans. Spencer Rattler's the quarterback.
What? Hold up. Yeah. Look at Lisa's comment. Look at Lisa's comment. You ain't got no Aints friends? Like, bro, what you doing in here? Get him, Lisa. Get him.
Let's show our Saints friend here at One Time for the Fan. We're all fans, but at the end of the day, this is a Falcon podcast. You are welcome to sit here and listen to what we have to say. Go tell your Saints friends what we got going on. Yeah, they're talking about Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he's better than Derek Carr. Yeah, they're talking about Bijan. Yeah, he's better than your whole damn team. So go ahead and tell your friends.
Saints are ass. And we
bring
know
all them in the chat if you want to. We'll go ahead and say it right here to you.
They're ass this year.
That's right. And they're gonna be ass.
Hey, but when it comes to being a Falcon fan, you have 4 diehard Atlanta Falcon fans here.
That's right.
Eric Parker said, bring my partner with you, and he said, run it. Gosh.
Hey, let's go.
I'm sounding like fight words.
Let me tell you something. Let me boy. Woo wee. I'm tired, Eric. I don't want no shit after I whoop your ass on that table. You asked for this, sir.
Hey, we need to know the results too.
Bring the butt light in the camera.
Yeah.
Shit. Falcon fans, you see the bus trip to Carolina. Don't forget we got the bus trip to Tampa too as well. The Rise Up Tour fan club. We heading down to Tampa October 26th, my B-Day. So we're gonna have a big party down there in Tampa too as well. Head on out to the riseuptourfanclub.com/Tampa. Go ahead and sign up for the bus trip. For the members, it's not that price, but if you are a non-member, it's $150. It's a overnight trip, 26th and 27th. We have the host hotel at the bottom, 4 Points by Sheraton Suites, Tampa Airport, West Shore. You definitely want to go ahead and tell your Falcons family about that. Right now, the bus is almost full, so you never know. We can go ahead and get 2 buses out here, but it would definitely be great to have all the Falcon fans.
He said you're gonna lose again. He said you're gonna lose again.
Who's it, Eric? There's gonna be a lot of arguments going on between these two over the next couple of days because Terry probably started something. And Eric is not going to forget this. Eric is definitely not going to forget this.
Shit, I told the truth. Whatever, Eric. Well,
hey, Jordan, I appreciate you always supporting me, man. We just cut the fool.
Oh yeah, no disrespect.
Yeah, we just cut the fool, man.
Who Jordan is as a person, man, you're probably a great guy, man. But we don't like the Saints. But then again, you at the end of the day, like I said, man, you are welcome.
That's real. That's a real. If he a Saints fan and he's supporting y'all, that's real. So I respect that.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool, man. So big shout out to Jordan.
Support me for a while.
Yeah, but Jordan, if you watch this whole fucking podcast, I'm gonna talk shit.
Hey,
Jordan's like, yeah. Jordan's looking at the screen like, yeah, that guy that looks like Most Def. He over there talking a lot of shit right now. Jordan Burton, just supporting my guys.
Here we go. Bodie about to load that clip.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. We're almost finished with the show.
Don't cut it off now, motherfucker.
He finna end that. He finna
hit the button. He finna take me off.
And scream now. Falcon fans, thank you all for doing this show. I'm sorry for being a part of this show tonight. Smitty,
you still ain't got rid of them Carolina Panther headphones? I told you to get rid of that shit. You fucking up. Look at your you damn tacky as a motherfucker right now.
My son takes all my stuff, man. He took my Falcon mouse. He took my Falcon.
God, at least get a red fucking marker or something.
Took everything. The sponsor's gonna email me tomorrow and say, I don't know about this one. You guys got that one guy on there. The guy that got I don't know what he's doing, but he's
no sponsors.
He watched my car.
You know what? That's the thing, though.
Talking shit on the channel.
It's
first been the guy with donkey hooters. What the hell, man?
That's the whistle.
Look, it's real camps out here.
Wait a minute.
Nope, Terry. Nope.
I get the whistle.
10-yard penalty on Terry.
For 2 hours.
I'm saying donkey hooters.
Look,
half a distance to the goal.
Hold on.
Down.
Hold on.
All I know is if the real sponsors want the real, this is the show. This is the real show. It's people out here who got sponsors who say fuck you and everything you stand on.
Smitty, we done went through this whole show going at it
for 2 hours,
Smitty.
and I get the penalty for donkey hooters.
Because we've been speaking truth
for 2 hours, joking, roasting, cursing, all this type of stuff. As soon as Terry said donkey hooters, he gets the whistle.
Damn,
doesn't matter what it is.
What did Eric?
Terry tried to sneak that one in there. Oh, we're having a good roast in here. Let me just say donkey hooters. No, that's the whistle. That's the whistle.
I honestly ain't never heard that word before.
Me neither.
That's why we gave him the whistle the first time we heard it. We was like, I'd never heard that one.
Donkey whistle. Where'd you get that off? UrbanSlang.com?
He said donkey hooters.
No, man.
Donkey hooters.
back
Donkey Hooters, like Hooters, like
No,
the bar.
Oh, you got to be from Mayberry somewhere.
Oh my God, the
Look.
expression is they suck big donkey Hooters. That's where it came from.
Oh my God!
You may as well hit me with the penalty again. But so when I said it right, he kept hitting me with the penalty. So I
Hit you with the penalty again, you're gonna get ejected.
He racked up almost 65 yards of penalty yards the other night saying that damn word.
He's been going in for 2 hours saying God knows what. I don't understand this. Explain these calculations to me. I don't understand.
Right, we gotta hurry up and get up off before Big Glow Country goes live. He's gonna join the channel too.
Such as donkey Hooter.
Another hour, Smith. Country will be like, send me the link too. God damn it, I'm about to get off.
Yeah. Shit, if you got country going, I'm for it. Shit.
But that's the good thing about having, a lot of people's channels. So many content creators out here that have just, these great channels and they put out, so much good content. Like I can watch so many other people's channels all the time, man. When I'm at work, I listen to some folks. I listened to the Pivot podcast the other day when we were talking with Raheem Morris. Like that stuff gets me through my day.
That was a great
through my day. So to hear like Smitty say he showed up at the Benz and fans are coming up to him and saying, hey, the podcast is really keeps me going. It helps me at work. It helps me on my day to day. That's great, man, because we have a really big community here. The Falcons fan base is growing too as well. Terry, I talked to you about the Rise Up Tour fan club. Everybody knows about it. Like all these parties and events and stuff that we put on the road. It's just so many people that show up. I mean, our London party last year had over 500 people. When we walked in there, we just couldn't believe it. The Arizona party last year. This year, we have our events in Philadelphia, of course, that start off the season. Then we have Carolina, we have Tampa, we have Minnesota. All these away games that we're putting on these events, we can definitely see that the fan base, is pretty large. So big shout out to everybody at the Rise Up Tour fan club. We still have memberships available. If you want to go ahead and sign up for the Rise Up Tour fan club, the information is going to be, bam, right here in the chat.
Just keep it real, Jack. You just clean the buses, right? You just picking up, like you just got the broom.
Damn.
As soon as somebody dropping popcorn kernel, you sweeping that shit up immediately, right? Like, is that why you going? Is that why you going?
Jordan says Philly.
You gotta dump the toilet in the back. I mean, it's clear.
I do nothing of the janitorial services. I can guarantee you that.
What's wrong with janitors, man?
Nothing's wrong with them. Just say that. I don't do it.
What's wrong with janitors, man?
Jordan says he makes sure that nobody throws things at me in Philly. I'm not really worried about being in Philly. I'm going with some, of course, Falcon fans, but we have a Philly fan in our group. So
I heard they rough too, boy. They be ready to fight.
They are rough.
Yeah, and they're gonna have a whole weekend of drinking after they get back from getting beat from the Packers. Then they're gonna have a whole morning of drinking, then the afternoon of drinking leading up to the game. Was hoping for a 1 o'clock game for them, but you don't give Philly fans a whole day of drinking.
Look, I imagine Philly fans had a bad year last year after they collapsed like majorly. So there was probably a lot of fucking fights up there in Philly after they was losing all them goddamn games and they lost to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but my friend said it's not that bad where he sits. He says a lot of season ticket holders around him are much of the like older crowd and they don't really throw things and get all back and forth, try to get hostile with fans. He said most of that stuff happens usually in the 300 levels. But he says where he sits,
because they can barely afford the tickets.
I was just gonna say that shit. You cheap bastards! All y'all want to do is fight.
For Falcon fans that's heading out there to Philly, let's have a good time. We'll post some events close today. But shout out to everybody here.
In the 100 section, they got class.
I mean, I don't even know if they have a club or a lounge in the 100 section. I haven't even looked into that. Most stadiums are trying to remodel.
300, like I'm broke anyway. God damn it, we're losing. Fuck you fucking egghead fuckers.
They mad they can't see. See the players on the field.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah, we will see
tough.
What's going on in Philly.
Get into people's faces and order a cheesesteak.
They got bifocal glasses on 9 times out of 10, so they can see the field.
Shit. If they show up to the game with binoculars, somebody's getting into a fight. Just letting you know right now. Somebody shows up with binoculars, it's going to be a fight. But Falcon fans, thank you so much for being here tonight. You definitely want to go follow us on X2 as well. Smitty, he has his social medias that he mentioned earlier. We'll put them in the description. Bodie, if you're starting a podcast about, your travels or any of the shellfish that you ate in the past couple of days, definitely let us know so we can go ahead and put it on our channel too as well. Big shout out to T-Will for former ATL Sports. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on X. You can find us on IG, Instagram. I think a lot of y'all saw the other day we had some behind-the-scene footage at the practice too as well with the players, and of course, even when the buses started to roll in. So head over to Instagram. One Time for the Fan. We'll have some more content we'll put up there shortly. I do thank you all for being a part of this, man, and everybody's just been so just great for One Time for the Fan, man. I guess the greatest fans ever. So thank y'all. Terry, Smitty, Bodie, your do-rag. Big shout out to everybody here in the chat. Just want to say we'll see y'all.
Turban.
It's a
It's a turban.
They call him Bodhi Haji.
Oh wow! Oh hey! Whoa! Wow! That's a flag, Jack. That should have been a flag, Jack. Not
It's
the
good.
Dodgers. I'm just
It's
saying.
good.
They
good.
call me Tom Brady. I can't be flagged.
Oh wow! Oh
Sheesh.
wow! Okay, so you're MJ now. You're MJ.
Yeah.
Nah, I see it, Tom Brady.
Wow.
He didn't
Oh,
never
snap,
get
I
no
got it.
flag.
Bodie, my neighbor said he sees you on the podcast. Are you going to finish the backyard or not? You still got
Damn.
time tomorrow?
Wow.
Well, you're doing his gutter, so you tell me.
Wow. Jack, personally, this fight is already over. You don't
All right, y'all.
have to knock him out, bro. I mean,
man.
he killed you on
You're the one. You know,
points, Jack. He killed you.
See y'all on
That-
Wednesday at 8.
that's
Yeah,
the
go ahead,
end,
Bodie. Go
man.
ahead. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
no,
Let
they
hit the end
traded-
stream.